Mario Party. I like to Mario Party. I like to Mario Party. Ain't no party like a Mario Party. It's just getting started. I like to Mario Party. So excited that I got invited. When it started, I like to Mario Party. There's a king and his name is Ollie. He turned the princess into origami. He's got the castle wrapped in streamers. He's like Bowser, but he's even meaner. What's going on in the town today? Ollie just folded everything, even the Goomba's paper mache. But everything's gonna be okay, because I got new powers. I've been getting along with Bowser and fighting against the minions. I think that we can win this. Princess, I gotta save her, and the whole world is made of paper. Tell Ollie I'll see him later. I'll make the kingdom way safer. Now the castle's on a mountain, and the damage is astounding. Tell Ollie, King Origami, I got 1,000 gold arms on me. Paper Mario, woo! Battle with the Origami King. When I wanna feel strong, I can sing along to the Donkey Kong song all day long. All of my fears feel like they're gone when I'm singing the Donkey Kong song. I feel my best when I pound on my chest and eat my bananas until there's none left. I could break barrels till the break of dawn when I'm singing the Donkey Kong song. Though he is not a donkey at all, I don't know why, that's what he is called. But when I say it, it doesn't sound wrong. When I'm singing the Donkey Kong song, in the jungle's where I belong. When I'm singing the Donkey Kong song, when I wanna feel strong, I'm singing the Donkey Kong song. Everybody in the place to be, making their own island retreat. No one's giving out homes for free. That's why Tom Nook gave a loan to me. I earn Nook miles, I got a Nook phone. If I need to fly somewhere, I fly Dodo. My own place, I'm customizing. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Design my own clothes and I'm styling. Catching fish right off the island. Craft a ladder to start climbing. Yeah, I started in a tent. Now I'm living in a house. Got a lot of stuff and skin free full. Watch me jump this river with the pole. Da-na-na-na-na-na. If you don't like your world, you can change it. Look at Mario, he can make it. And if you see a coin, you should take it. Gotta get money, cause that's what you pay with. I've been known to be a fireball shooter. I've been taking out all the Koopa Troopa. You gotta see the way I jump and maneuver. Last name Mario, first name Super. I just say the weird mushroom, you should probably see me. Cause I'm jumping in the air like my brother Luigi. Piranha plant, please don't eat me. I'll be inside the ghost house if someone need me. If you don't like your world, you can change it. Take it back and erase it. Jump high and squash a Goomba. Last name Mario, first name Super. Always looking up a bonsai bill. Someone need to tell Bowser to chill, or I might have to throw a Galoomba. Last name Mario, first name Super. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Tell you about a princess named after a fruit. She's got a pink dress and it's pretty puffy too. She's a princess, toadstool. She's a princess, so she make her own rules. She can do anything, she can do it all. She like to play tennis and she like to play golf. Or she can race a go-kart instead. Her friend Toad's got a mushroom for a head to protect Toad down from Bowser. She's got a super heart power. Got a super heart power. A super heart power. And she like to bake. She baked Mario a real big cake. Got a super heart power. Got a super heart power. It's pretty strong, the power of love. She wears long, pretty white gloves. Princess Peach Toadstool. Princess Peach Toadstool. Princess Peach Toadstool. Princess Peach Toadstool. Luigi thought it was a good day. He wanted free stay at a hotel. First day at the last resort, and it's not going so well. All of his friends got framed, and I mean it quite literally. He just found out it's a trap. King Boo's back, are you kidding me? Scary ghosts and spooky puzzles. Polter pup, we are in trouble. Polter gusty double zero. Slam the ghost and you're a hero. Every ghost has a weakness. The professor helps you see it. All his research helps Luigi. He gave birth to Luigi. Right now, listen to me. Everybody, get gooey. You can slide through the cracks. Yeah, just like that. And when it's time, you can change back. Use a burst to jump over attacks. Use a dark light to set your friends free. It's Luigi's Mansion 3. Yeah. Mario, do a power slide. Skirt, skirt. Get a boost for the ride. Started as a plumber, now he knows how to drive. When I see a ramp, know I'm gonna fly. Going off the jump, yeah, the glider helped me glide. Got banana peels on my mind. Question mark boxes filled with surprise. Think you're in first, then you better watch your back. Cause I got a spiny shell, what you know about that? If I get a red shell, then you know I won't miss. Here we go, just like this. Doing pretty good so far. On a rainbow road with a go-kart. Yeah, I'm gonna wish upon a star. Hope I don't get a lightning bolt charge. Getting near me's not smart when I got shells twirling around the go-kart. Yeah, I'm gonna wish upon a star. It's a Super Mario Kart. He's a king, but he doesn't wear pants. Got scary spikes on his wristbands. That's a big shell on his back. Gonna catch Mario into a trap. He doesn't even need a flower. He has breathing fire powers. Lives in a castle with a lot of towers. Look out for King Bowser. Have you seen him before? He's got sharp teeth and big horns. Type of guy you don't wanna come across. He's a real big boss. If you fall, then you toast. He's got a lava moat. The Koopas are his people. 800 pounds of evil. He's the king. Fire breathing. Over 8 feet in length. With superhuman strength. She's a princess, but she's different. She's super magnificent. Got the power of flowers. She could play sports for hours. The same thing Mario means to Peach. Don't be fooled because she's sweet. She'll take you down in a heartbeat. She's got flower power. That's just one magical thing about her. Always underestimated. Tatonga, he was crazy to mess with Princess Daisy. I'm Yoshi. The whole mushroom kingdom knows me. Luigi, my homie. We're like pizza and pepperoni. I got a long tongue, you can't run away. I'm gonna eat you, then I'm gonna lay an egg. What can I say? If you are a bad guy, then you're gonna have a bad day. I like crafting. Am I a dinosaur or a dragon? These orange shoes are my fashion. I'm super and I'm smashing. I'm Yoshi. I win Mario Kart trophies. Mario, my homie. We're like cheese and macaroni. I'm getting hungry today. Gonna have a Koopa Troopa buffet. There's a lot of colors of May. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, pink. If you get in my way, I got a fireball, I'm about to spray. I can fly high when I got wings. I'm a cool girl, what's my name? I'm Yoshi. Yeah, go me. I'm Yoshi. Yeah, go me. I'm Yoshi. There's been an outbreak in the kingdom. We need Mario's medical wisdom. Connect the colors, clear the rows. Don't want the virus to infect the toads. He's a plumber with a PhD. Got a brother, Dr. Luigi. To save the world, she left her castle. Dr. Peach, send up the capsule. Send up the capsule. Rotate, send up the capsule. I got shells to use in battle. To end the virus, send up the capsule. Flying in like a Koopa paratrooper. Got assistance from a Paragoomba. He wears a white coat, but I heard a rumor. In another world he wears a cape and he's super. He's a plumber with a PhD. We need help from Dr. Yoshi. To save the world, he left his castle. Dr. Bowser, send up the capsule. Send up the capsule. Rotate, send up the capsule. If we work together, we'll win the battle. To end the virus, send up the capsule. Wait a minute. Lego and Mario at the same time? You want to build a kingdom? Or a Mario Kart track? If you got skills at Lego, you can build that. Where my wheels at? My cart's gonna go real fast. Where's Bonsai Bill at? I just need some bricks to stack. Stacking up the Mushroom Kingdom. Oh no, Donkey Kong might smash. Need your imaginations, bring them. Lego Mario is a blast. Lego Mario, it's a super collab. Everyone knows that. Mario's got stacks. Lego Mario, break it down and build it back. You can create the map. I love Lego, that's a fact. Nintendo and Lego. Here we go. What's Link on this island for? Cause his ship got caught up in the storm. Now he's gotta explore Koalint. Need to find some musical instruments. Got a sword, got a shield. Nightmares, better yield. So many things that I'm looking for. We're not in Hyrule anymore. I gotta get to the top of Mount Tamaranch so I can play the Ballad of the Windfish. Yeah, I gotta wake 'em up now so I can leave Koalint. But until then, gotta fight monsters and explore dungeons. Yeah, I'm a long way from my friends. Even Zelda doesn't know what's happening. Yeah, I'm surviving on Koholint Island. Must wake up the Windfish with the instruments of the sirens. Wake up!
Are you guys ready? We have quite the stream for you today. First off, you need to deal with the Nintendo Prime AI. It has been installed to take over this stream temporarily. The music you just listened to was known as the best Nintendo music ever by Poop Emoji. This is not a joke. It's called Best Nintendo Music by Poop Emoji. If you like these beats, go ahead and listen on Spotify. That being said, before the AI bot signs out, how is everyone doing in the stream tonight? Can I get a hell yeah? Alrighty then. I do have a friend that wants to stop in and say hi before we go. Hi everyone! Are you having a good night tonight? I hope so! You guys have no idea what the bleep is coming your way tonight, do ya? Oh, you have no idea. Do you even know what happened to Nate? Oh, what a silly boy. You don't want to know what happened to him. Do ya? Do ya? Do ya? Hey, listen.
Oh, it's time to start the stream. Don't worry, this isn't a dream. You're watching a Nintendo Prime Live because Nate's just trying to survive. The scalpers always win. Let the stream begin. What is happening, everyone? How are you doing tonight? I hope you're doing a good time. My computer back here is doing Windows updates, as you see. Look at this. Working on update. It's been doing Windows updates for like 2 hours. So, yeah, I don't have anything to put on the background up there. Whatever, how's it going, everyone? I hope you're having an awesome night tonight. We got a big stream for you today because today is the day that Switch OLED went on pre-order. It's also the day that Switch OLED began to be scalped. So we're going to talk about that. Also, kind of sort of out of nowhere, there were rumors about this. Steam decided to drop their own Nintendo Switch competitor. So we're going to talk about that as well. But before we do, let me say hi to every single one of you in the stream. If you want to be shouted out, just say something in the chat. Let's get it started in here. We got Loki, Ravenstorm is here, Brian C, Omar GT, Seahawks 24 Rule is here as well. We got Mojo Horizon is here, Gina Baby, R is here, Jesus Calderon is here. The Small Moments, those are the ones that matter the most, is here as well. Natsu is here. Fire Soul is up in here. The Mem is here. Birdman is here. Dr. Steam. Going on down this list, we got Logan LeBlanc. Welcome, man. A bunch of members here tonight. Shout out to all of our members out there. We actually gained a new member, but is it like just another one of our, I don't know. Do we have, I have no idea. We'll see. Ghost Aces, Liam is here. Neo Flight 23 is here as well. Nintendo Lover Girl. Ooh, baby, I love that way that you have that awesome name. Nintendo Unite is here. Going on down, we got Dante Steiner. Christopher Lockhart. Joseph LeCavalli is here. We got Grogu Games is here. Just going down my list. We got Nintendo Powers here. What a name. Nightbot, by the way. Shout out to Nightbot putting in the real work tonight. Let's see here. We got going down that list. William is here. Master Bear Jedi is here. I think I said hi to Seahawks 24 Rule. If I didn't, how's it going, man? Brian who's apparently a new member. Is it a separate person from Brian C, or is it the same Brian twice? I have no idea. This is the first time we've had 2 Brians in the chat, supposedly. So, Koopa Slayer is here as well. Welcome, my man. Taker610 is here. Omar GT, I can't pronounce the rest of your name there. Clayton Miller is here. Going down my list even further, we have Eric Johnson. Welcome to the stream. Yoshi Taka is here. Ice Sonic is here. GI Rocky 3 is here. Jeff Rule is here. Welcome. We got Thebot is here. Koopa Slayer. I think I said hi already, but just in case I didn't. Hello. Emerald Temple 444 is here. How's it going? We got Liam is here as well. Diego Bear 91. We got Austin. Yoo-hoo! How's it going, man? Vanetta 712, another one of our members. We got Segwin, the Pikachu fan here. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, it had a huge jump in the chat. Let me scroll up a bit. I don't want to miss anyone here. No. Diego Bear 91. Let's see here. Oh, there we are. I found it. Eric Johnson is here. Jean-Pierre Hernandez is here. Oh, Crazy's Cough is here. Yet another member. Member showing up big tonight. We got Bub Mario is here. Mankey Music is here. Justin Basil, another member. How's it going? Yoshi Taka. We got literally Kermit. Dude, Kermit's here? Sweet. That just makes me want to do the ABC meme thing from YouTube back in the day. Demon King is here. Lillian Palacios is here. Lorenlio, how's it going? We got Clinton McKinney is here. Houston Febby is here. The Duke's Brew is here. The Elemental Hero, the Shadowling Dragon Wolf King. What a name is here. Xander, the Cute Wolf. Oh, you're so cute. MGN McHero is here. AAWW1010 is here. How's it going? A cat. Literally, we have a cat here. I don't like cats, so don't come to my house. You won't survive. Let's see here. Nexer is here, another member. Welcome. We got Chase Ace here, Noah Sunderland, Mac Main is here as well. Nick P, Manny M, the Avengers 34 is here. Taker 610 hits us with our first super chat. Well, technically, we'll get into the other ones in a moment, but our first legit super chat of the night. Thank you, Taker 610, for the $2. And he says, picking up Skyward Sword after work tomorrow. Nice. I'll be picking up Skyward Sword in the morning from Walmart because it's $10 off if you pick it up in person at Walmart. So I'm going to go to Walmart and do that. God's Servant is here. Welcome. We got Carl Struford is here. Scrolling on down that list. Oh my gosh, Mac Main. I think I haven't said hi to you yet. We got Jedediah Johnson. And by the way, for every single super chat or donation tonight, we will be doing shots. I'll get into that in a moment because we have some new additions to our lineup today. Ooh boy. One of them could get quite dangerous, but we'll see how that goes. Let's just say it might be a little crunk tonight. Turtle97 is here. Pavan Say is here. Lillian Palacios is here. Moho Ryzen is here. Joycey J. Emerald Gaming. Yeah, I think that's almost everyone. If I missed you, I really apologize. I'm trying not to. And we have another super chat pop in. Hey! Thank you, Brian, for the $2. We're not the same person. Brian C is not me. That's cool. Couple Brians in the chat. That's awesome. All right, let's get to the like smash. We got 140 plus watching right now. Let's get this to 100 likes tonight. We can do it, right? The more likes, the least you can do. I don't care if you super chat. I mean, it's cool if you do. But the least you can do tonight is pop those likes off. It's free, and it helps spread the stream. If you enjoy it, if you're being entertained, if you enjoy my channel at all, help us get discovered. by more people and grow this channel together. Yeah. So, couple things. We need to get the shots going. We're going to get our extra tall shot glass out because we got multiple shots to take, and that's what we use this one for. We're going to kick off tonight all those little super chats. I think there's what? How many did Nintendo Prime do? I don't even remember. So we have one from Brian, one from Taker610, and then that Nintendo Prime bastard who took over the stream again. Jeez. I think he did like 3 or 4. So we're just going to fill this bad boy up all the way. We're going to start with some Red's Wicked Apple today that we're going to do some shots of here. This is 8% alcohol, which is more than that Miller Lite water bullshit, right? Which we still have some of that too. But we got some new additions to the lineup. So anything that approaches $10 tonight, we'll bust out the UV Red. Of course, 30% alcohol. You guys know the deal. Just a little tiny bottle of UV Red. Obviously, if we get our $100 in total super chats tonight, or a $100 super chat, that's when we bust out the Cock Tequila, tequila or tequila if it's me. But here's where things get dangerous. For any $20 or up super chat, you know what this is, right? Gold! That's Goldschlager. 43.5% alcohol. Goldschlager. Brand new, fresh bottle, seal not even broken. You can see the gold flakes in there, sort of, kind of, can you? I don't even know how well it shows up on the camera. But yeah, cinnamon schnapps liqueur with gold. Gold! So we'll see if that gets busted out tonight. A little dangerous if that happens. Logan LeBlanc! Oh, you know it, baby. Thank you for that $1 hair. All right. Let's get our shot glass filled all the way to the top here. And let's get into it. So Unreal Christian, welcome to the stream, says, I'm surprised you don't use Streamlabs. What do you think I'm using, sir? There's actually 2 different things you can really use. There's Stream Elements and Streamlabs. I literally use Streamlabs. But let's get in the full Sunder glass here. Probably going to be some head. Already got a little spillage. That's all right. The head on this isn't as bad as it is on a Miller Lite. It's a lot more head on Miller Lite when I pour it. Not as bad here. We'll let this calm down before we get into another one here. All right, so for starters, yes, I did get a pre-order in today for Switch OLED. Now look, it's okay. Switch OLED is not for everyone. So not everyone's excited about Switch OLED, and that's okay. But you know who is excited for Switch OLED? Oh, the same people that are always excited. Of course, we're talking about, and I didn't change this yet because I'm just dumb. Oh, we're talking about scalpers, and it's not working. So hold up, wait a minute. Let's first off, let's fix this birthday text. It ain't my birthday. My birthday month, but it's not my birthday right now. Properties. Let's B-Day month. Let's do that. And then let's figure out why this monitor is not showing up. Where are you, monitor? Video capture, PC. Display capture. Which one? Is it this one? Properties? I know why it's not showing up. Damn it. That's what happens when I start Streamlabs. Give me 1 second. I gotta reboot Streamlabs. Stream's gonna die for a moment. Hey, we're back. We're back. All right. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of a hiccup here with Streamlabs. Did not have Streamlabs set up correctly. So we're good to go now. We're back. Everything's good. All right, let me top off the shot glass. We're going all the way to the top. All the way to the tippy top. All right, not a bad way to start things. So what you're seeing here is eBay, and we're gonna chug this down here in a moment. So what you're seeing here is eBay, and yeah, let's just say the Switch OLED's already being scalped. 600, $500, $600, $500, $490. It does have free shipping though. $600. What's it going for? Buy it now prices. Let's look at buy it now. So $500. Let's say you can get it for around $500 scalp. That's not too bad. Of course, it's $150 over MSRP. This person's trying to get $700. They're a little nuts. $575. So you kind of get the point, right? You get the point. You understand what's going on, right? It's getting scalped. It's getting scalped to scalper hell and back again. It's kind of dumb, obviously. I heard at some online retailers that it was very, very hard to get pre-orders in. Best Buy was screwing people. I heard that what was it? GameStop was having issues online. I heard Amazon had issues. I heard everyone had issues except for Target for some reason, because Target went live at a different time. And so people didn't realize Target was live, so their servers weren't blasted and people were able to actually check out at Target. So kudos to that. I personally got my pre-order in person at GameStop. I actually streamed myself driving to and making that pre-order in store. So I have my pre-order in for Switch OLED, but I get the Switch OLED's not for everyone. So like today's an exciting day for some people, but for others it's kind of like, you know, I don't really care about Switch OLED. I don't get what the big deal is. And there's even some controversy surrounding Switch OLED because, as Bloomberg reported, Takahashi Machizuki again came out and reported that essentially all the changes to the Nintendo Switch OLED, which by the way costs 17% more than the base model Switch, only costs about $10 at manufacturing. So, you know, it's about $3 to $5 more for the OLED panel over the LCD panel, which is quite a bit of money for a single part. But then it's only about a couple bucks for the kickstand, about $3.50 for the additional 32 gigs of memory, which obviously some people are like, well, if it only costs that much more in memory, why wouldn't they give us at least 128, charge us like an extra, you know, 10 bucks on memory or whatever, and just give us the 128 gigs that I think should be the baseline for Switch. And they didn't do that. And yet they're charging you $350, aka they're charging you $40 extra profit. Now, at the time that Switch launched, manufacturing prices alone, this does not include boxing the system or shipping the system, Nintendo was making roughly $43 of profit on Switch. This was from a number of years ago. They were likely making more profits on the Switch now than they were then. So this almost doubled the profits of Switch for Nintendo. Very interesting that this is the route they went. Now, again, we don't know the exact profit margins because when we talk about profits, we're saying the Switch basically at the time was costing $257. This was 3 years ago we found out. Nintendo Switch's parts to make it at manufacturing were $257. That included parts and labors to build it. But it did not include packaging, that did not include shipping to retailers, and it did not include the retailer cut. So Nintendo really wasn't making $40 profit per Switch. They were probably making more like maybe $10 to $15 profit per Switch sold, but they were making a profit. They're obviously making much more profits now. I'm assuming they're making almost $100 per Switch, you know, base model Switch sold at this point, as close to pure profits. So that's probably what's happening. And then obviously Switch OLED, they just tacked on an additional $40 in profits. So it's interesting because clearly they could have released Switch OLED. Now, this is what's angered some people. They could have released Switch OLED at $299 and just discontinued or cut the price of the base model of Switch. I feel like cutting the price would have been smart and then discontinue that model next year. And, you know, kind of like what they did with the 3DS and 3DS XL, right? They cut the price of the 3DS, brought the 3DS XL in at that $199, and then eventually just discontinued the 3DS and just made the XL and then eventually the new Nintendo 3DS and all that down the line. I think that would have been a smarter choice for Nintendo, but they didn't go that route. And they didn't go that route because the Switch keeps selling out. Now, not the Switch Lite. It's pretty easy to get your hands on a Switch Lite, but the base model Switch keeps selling out. So Nintendo doesn't have a market reason to cut prices. So what is Nintendo doing with Switch OLED? Taking advantage of the market. I think if it wasn't for the pandemic, if it wasn't for the fact that the Switch itself, the base model Switch, keeps selling out, they would not have released Switch OLED at $350. In fact, I think Switch OLED originally, I don't have proof of this, but just based on the fact it's only $10 in extra parts, I feel like Switch OLED was supposed to come out at $299. I feel like they were going to do what they did with the 3DS. The problem is the release schedule lines up with the same point that they're still selling out of that base model Switch in a lot of countries, including right here in the United States. You can get your hands on a new one. Sometimes you're lucky and can grab one in store, but oftentimes you grab one off Amazon and they ship it to you in 3 weeks because you're just buying future shipments. So Nintendo knew that. They took advantage of the marketplace and released this at $350. This reminds me of the 3DS's original launch price. Remember, the 3DS originally launched at $250, which, by the way, made Nintendo slim profit margins. The problem is it didn't do a lot to justify that price point. The 3D effect with the AR cards was really, really cool, but they didn't do enough, in my mind, to justify buying it. I bought one at launch just because, look at what I do. Not just, I wasn't doing YouTube at the time, but I was covering Zelda stuff as editor-in-chief at a big website, and I had a lot of stuff to take care of. So it was just a kind of a cluster F situation with 3DS, and they ended up cutting the price by $50. They don't have to cut the price of Switch OLED right now. It's sold out and being scalped. Now, it's not sold out in every territory. Australia's got ones readily able to get. I heard the UK has ones. I heard some retailers in Canada still have a few available. But in the US, at least, it's sold out. Now, is it sold out because of demand or is it sold out because of scalping? I have no idea. And we had another Super Chat come in. Woo! Thank you, Daniel Bodon, for the $2. And he says, will Nintendo sue Valve off this new device? No. No, they will not. But I am going to explain why they can't sue Valve in a moment. But we're gonna get to the Valve story in a moment. Right now, we're talking about Switch OLED and the pre-orders and the scalping. So we're gonna get to the Steam Deck, which I find as a funny name. I'm surprised it was the deck. I think it's the deck part that's really, anyway. We'll get into that in a moment. Let me finish off these old shots. It looks like I owe another one here for you. Thank you so much, Daniel Bordone. And let me just finish it off. This is from earlier in the stream. This is a tall boy right here. That is tall as heck. Whew! That is a much richer beer than Miller Lite, that's for sure. By the way, if you're drinking with me tonight, as always, I implore people, drink responsibly. I am well over the age of legal drinking in the United States. I am at home. I'm not driving anywhere. I always drink responsibly. I'm always drinking water all the time. I take care of myself. I hydrate. I know it doesn't always look like I take care of myself. I'm a big boy, but I do. I'm back on the workouts. I've been working out now for a few days again after being out of the habit for a while due to some circumstances I don't want to talk about. But I'm back on my workout kick. I'm back on my diet. Back on my way back down. So just in time because I'm going on vacation here in a little bit. We'll talk about that maybe a bit later too. Let me get this finished off here and then talk with you guys about what your thoughts are on Switch OLED, because Nintendo's definitely ripping us off. They're definitely ripping us off. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it, and they're doing it on purpose, and they know they can get away with it. They're taking advantage of the marketplace, and I want to talk about that because I had a weird tweet at me today. No, it was a comment on YouTube today about the fact that I pre-ordered from GameStop, and someone telling me that I shouldn't support a shitty company like GameStop. And I'll get into a moment why it doesn't really matter. You're buying a consumer electronic, that alone supports a lot of shitty things. And we'll touch base on that a smidge. I don't want to get too deep into it. I'm not like the most highest knowledgeable thing on this, but there's a lot of really bad things that go into technology. And by the way, Nintendo themselves isn't exactly a non-shady company either. I just pointed out how they're literally ripping us off on Switch OLED because they know they can get away with it. Because they know the market is dry on Switches, and they know it's going to sell out this holiday. It also leads me to a theory I had for next year that I think is clearly going to happen, and is going to clearly upset a lot of us Switch OLED buyers. I'm not going to be upset because I see it coming. There's going to be a lot of Switch OLED buyers that don't see it coming, and I want to warn you about this because, mark my words, what's going to happen a year and a half from now. Let me finish this off. I got one more shot to do after this, and then I'll get to you guys' comments in the chat here on all this situation as well. We'll go to the single shot glass here. All right, let me set this aside. Get my water out. So, here's what's going to happen. And I'm telling you guys this right now. The shortages on consoles, we get Xbox Series X. The S is easier to get, but literally the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation 5, Switch OLED, etc., is going to end at some point. I think it's going to end at some point next year. And it's going to be fairly easy to get your hands on any system that you want. It's going to be fairly easy. This is just a personal opinion of mine. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm pretty certain by summer of next year, it's going to be pretty easy to get your hands on whatever platform you want. We're coming down from the pandemic. Japan is still dealing with some aspects of the pandemic. They're doing a really bad job with vaccinating people, and they have their own issues going on. So that does impact Nintendo and their development schedule. But in terms of manufacturing, it's pretty much right back to where it was pre-pandemic. The problem is demand is still outweighing what manufacturing can do. And that's going to come down. I think as most of the world gets back to our normal lives and we start to have less time to play games, it's going to lead to the demand going down just naturally, organically. Now, will gaming still be bigger than it's ever been? Absolutely. But I think that the demand, nonstop demand for hardware is going to be going down. So as we get back to that reality and Switches and everything else, Switch OLEDs become really easy to get in 2022, I think something very interesting is going to happen. I think Nintendo is going to discontinue the base model Switch. That Switch that all of us own. I mean, maybe you own Switch Lite. But if you own a version 1 or version 2 base model Switch that docks with your TV, I don't think Nintendo's going to be manufacturing them anymore after next summer. I think that's it. I think they're going to be done making them. And here's why. Because by holiday next year, they're going to drop the price of Switch OLED to $299. Why? Because I think that was not only the intended launch price of Switch OLED, and they're just taking advantage of the marketplace right now. I think it's because the Switch OLED is clearly just a replacement for the base model already. What is the Switch OLED? The Switch OLED is the base model Switch, but better, right? I think we can all agree with that. It's the base model Switch, same internals, but better. Better kickstand, better screen, Ethernet jack that probably runs at least a gig, which is actually going to make online gaming better. It is literally, bigger screen by the way, 7 inches, only a smidge, 0.1 millimeter wider than the current Switch. It's pretty much the exact same dimensions. Weighs a little bit more, of course. OLED panels do way more than LCD panels. Same battery. The thing is, it's a base model Switch, but just a little bit better. What was the version 2 Switch? The base model Switch, but with better battery life. Now we know the internals changed a little bit. They shrunk the die, which cleaned up one of the easy ways to hack Switch. You used to be able to cross 2 pins. Like if you have a version 1 Switch, it's super easy to hack and there's no amount of firmware that can fix it because you just cross 2 pins and bada bing, bada boom. You can get into underneath all of Nintendo's layers of security and install your own stuff. They fixed up that when they shrunk it down for Switch Lite, and then they brought that chip over to the Switch and left the battery the same size, which was more power efficient and led to better battery life. So technically version 2 Switches are better than version 1 Switches, but they discontinued version 1 Switches and only made version 2 because it cleaned up a security thing. But here's the thing. Switch OLED is basically version 3 Switch. It is base Nintendo Switch, but a little bit better. Not better spec-wise, but better designed. So, why the hell wouldn't they just replace the base model with a better base model? It's literally the base model, but better. No, they could have just called it a Switch XL. And I think if they would have called it a Switch XL, they would have had a bit less backlash because a lot of people obviously expected this to be a Pro and be more powerful. And I think by them calling it Switch OLED, that wasn't exactly a clear marketing point, even though obviously, hey, it has an OLED screen. They're just pointing out the most marketable part of this new system. But if they called it the Switch XL, it would have been like, oh, okay. I mean, that's what they did 3DS. 3DS, 3DS Lite, 3DS XL, then new Nintendo 3DS. You can kind of see the path. But then going Switch, Switch Lite, then Switch OLED, which is essentially a Switch XL. What the hell, man? Like, why didn't you just call it Switch XL? They're doing a different marketing scheme. I have no idea. And you don't have to buy it, by the way. Especially if you primarily pay a dock mode, why the hell would you buy this? I mean, you could buy the dock if you want that Ethernet port on your own, and you might be like, but I have an Ethernet dongle. We've been over this before. Your Ethernet dongle is limited by the USB port on the Switch dock, which is only USB 2.0, which means you're likely not taking advantage of the full speed of your local internet, especially if you have cable, if you have fiber, you're definitely not taking advantage. So yeah, that's one of those things where a local Ethernet port, supposing they're using a basic LAN controller, should be running at least a gig. It'd be nice if we found out it's 5 gig. That's probably not going to be the case. It's probably only going to be a gig, but that's fine. A gig is, most of us don't have more than that coming into the house. That would only affect local network. So that's basically doesn't matter for Switch. It doesn't really support external storage anyways. So you don't need to worry about that. But it's interesting, isn't it? They're charging more for Switch OLED than I think they normally would, because look at the insane profit margin. But it's sold out. They're going to drop the price of the Switch OLED in a year and a half by holiday next year, and they're going to stop making the other Switch, and it's just going to be Switch Lite and Switch OLED. Now, it's possible that they also have another new model in the works for 2022 or 2023 that is the Switch Pro or whatever you guys want to call it. I'm not going to dismiss that possibility, but I'm just working with what we got now. This is a base model Switch, but a smidge better. It's going to replace the base model Switch. I think if you don't think Switch OLED is going to replace the current $299 Switch, then you're just not thinking logically. This is that, but a smidge better. Why have two of the same thing, but one's a smidge better? You're just going to replace the old one. Now, what's also interesting is we call it the Nintendo Switch OLED. But OLED is in the brackets, right? In those, what are those called? Not a bracket, whatever it's called. I forget what those are called. Because the brackets, I think, are the ones that are kind of like a or whatever. You know what I mean? I know what a bracket is. It's not exactly a bracket, whatever those things are called, right? And it's not by the name. It just says Nintendo Switch again on it, just like it says for Switch Lite. But see, Switch Lite on the box says Switch with Lite next to it, no parentheses or whatever, right? OLED is at the bottom of the box, and on the top it says Nintendo Switch. Now, this is obviously to differentiate it from, you have your base model Switch and then this, but I don't even know if they're going to leave OLED on the package forever. They might eventually just drop OLED off and just leave it as Nintendo Switch, because OLED's not really even part of the title. OLED is like a feature listing. It's like Sony putting 8K on the box of PlayStation 5. Sure. It eventually, I think it does it. I think they released an update to support 8K TVs now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they haven't released that update yet. It really only matters for 8K video watching, which is weird because they don't have an 8K Blu-ray player on it. I don't know. Maybe there's some stream. Are there any streaming services streaming in 8K? I'm pretty sure there isn't. I think they're all still at 4K. All of them aren't even at 4K. So I don't even think there's an 8K streaming service. And I don't think there's any 8K games on PlayStation. Is there an 8K game? Maybe, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe there was an indie game, I think, that was running at 8K on PlayStation 5. But I don't know if that's available in 8K yet. It doesn't really matter. I don't have an 8K TV, so it's not like I could even see the option anyways. The point is that it's kind of like a marketing term, right? OLED. But that's not part of the title. The title of this platform is just called Nintendo Switch. OLED is in parentheses as a marketing term. It's clearly just going to replace the base model Switch in a year and a half. Holiday 2022. And it's going to be at $299. And it's going to piss off a lot of early adopters that spent $350. And you know what Nintendo's going to do? Give us like a year free of Nintendo Switch Online. What did they do back on the 3DS? When they cut the price of 3DS, they did that ambassadors program, right? Gave us a few free games and all that. I don't think Nintendo's even going to do that. I think if they want to apologize, it'll literally be, here's a free year subscription to Nintendo Switch Online. $20 value. I think that's at most what Nintendo will do. Or they'll just do nothing. because they don't have to justify selling it at $350 because it's sold out. It's being scalped right now. It's sold out. And it's going to be sold out all through the holiday. They're going to stop making base model and they're just going to make this. So, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Obviously, this has nothing to do with, oh my God, we're going to get a more powerful Switch next year. We'll get into that in a moment because we got to talk about Valve's Switch competitor. Valve is coming after Nintendo pretty hard. Sort of. There's actually a debate on if what Valve is doing even really competes with Switch. But, sales will be the tell of that, if it actually hurts Switch sales. But we'll get into that in a moment. I want to get your guys' thoughts on Switch OLED. Did you get a pre-order in today? Do you want a pre-order? Did you only pre-order because your friends were pre-ordering? Do you care that it's being scalped? Do you care that Nintendo is charging a significant price increase for only $10 worth of components? And this is increase in price of components. Obviously, you have the normal price of the LCD. This would be like $3 to $5 in addition to that price. So it's not like they're getting the OLED for $5. It'd be like whatever the LCD originally cost, tack on $3 to $5, and that's what the OLED costs. So what are your guys' thoughts? Because again, I have it pre-ordered. I'm getting it. But I'm also a YouTuber. And I told Eric today, you guys know Eric from the Nintendo Prime podcast. I told him, hey, sorry I didn't message you about pre-orders for Switch OLED. And he's like, yeah, why didn't you? And I said, do you want pre-orders? Like, do you want a Switch OLED? It's not any more powerful than the Switch you got. So he kind of agreed, hey, we're just going to, do we have a sponsor? Is that a Patreon member? Hold up. Did we just get a new Patreon member? Hold up. We haven't had a new Patreon member in forever. By the way, if we hit 10 new members tonight, I think we're at 1. Is that count even updated? I don't even know if the count. I think we're at 1 new member tonight. If we hit 10, we do a giveaway on stream. But do we just gain a new member or a new patron? I don't even advertise our Patreon. That would be crazy if we gained a new patron. No, a new member. We got a new member. Why didn't it pop up in the chat? Hey, why didn't the member... Hey, YouTube, why didn't the membership pop up in the chat? Well, thank you, Justin Basil, for becoming a champion. I appreciate it, man. I guess that's 2 out of 10 members tonight. Again, I don't know why the member thing's not updating. Maybe I need to drag this over and just manually update it. No, not that. Not that. No one cares about you, Photoshop. Let me update this member goal. For some reason, it's not updating. I want to make sure we're at the accurate membership count here. So I'm going to end this goal. We're going to start it over again. Member goal. Again, if we get 8 more members tonight, that's if you hit that join button, we will end up at doing a giveaway tonight. Probably a $20 eShop gift card, to be completely honest. 07. Actually, let's go. Let's set it for that. Start goal. All right. Should be good. Yeah, we're at 2 out of 10. And we had a new super chat come in. Thank you, Playerboy182, for the $5. All right, let me get that shout out for you. It says, does the OLED selling out for $350 mean that Sony and Microsoft could probably sold their consoles for $100 or even $200 more and still have seen success? That's a good question. I think Microsoft probably no. I think Microsoft is selling it at the sweet spot because they have a compelling argument with Game Pass, but Game Pass is also on PC. It's on Android phones, although that's through streaming. So I feel like PlayStation's the one that it's like, could they have gotten away this time around with a $5.99 price point? It feels like they could have, right? I think PlayStation 5 would have still sold out at $5.99. Let's say they bump the all digital to $4.99, they sell the PlayStation 5 for $5.99, even if Xbox Series X holds its price, so it's actually more expensive. I think it still would have sold, don't you? I think it'd still be sold out to this day. I think Sony, look at it. People are spending $800 a pop on eBay for PlayStation 5s. Clearly, they would have spent $600. Of course, then scalper prices would be like $1,000, which they were for a while. I think it would have sold out. I think demand is so high, it would have sold out almost at any price. The PlayStation anyways. Not Xbox, but PlayStation. Thanks so much, Playboy. So let's get some thoughts here. What do you guys think about Switch OLED? We'll get to the the Valve Steam Deck in a moment. Let's see your guys' thoughts on Switch OLED. Crazy Scott wants to know, when are you doing your Skyward Sword giveaway on the stream or off? It'll be announced tomorrow morning in a community post on our YouTube channel. So make sure you're checking out our YouTube channel and checking out our community tab. That's where I will be announcing the winners. There'll be 2 of them. So yeah, I'll also be emailing the winners as well. So the winners will be fully emailed. So even if they don't see it, they'll see the email, I hope. So either through email or through the community tab, hopefully they see it. But email, obviously, that's how I'm going to send you your item. So send you a copy of Skyward Sword HD. Dragon Chi 26 says, I definitely want one to replace my version 1 Switch, but Canadians can't pre-order yet. So that was one thing. Am I wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I was a little busy today. Did Nintendo warn us that pre-orders were going up today? Was there a warning that Switch OLED pre-orders were going up today? I honestly don't know. I don't think Nintendo warned us. Because we've been waiting every day, like, when are pre-orders going up for this thing? When are pre-orders going up? We were never given a pre-order date, but did Nintendo warn us today? I'm not sure, because I was really busy this morning. I caught wind of it. Because, I'm going to go to Nintendo of America's Twitter account. I only caught wind of it because Jake Randall messaged me. If you guys don't know who Jake Randall is, he helps people get systems. He was letting me know pre-orders were going live at like 1 p.m. or something, my time. Which prompted me to call the GameStop. Let's see here. I'm just going on their Twitter here. Pre-order the Switch OLED model starting today at 12. Okay, yeah. That would have been, that's Pacific Standard Time. So it went live at 2 p.m. my time, I suppose. So I got warned by Jake Randall. But yeah, it looks like they did announce it today. So that's good that they gave us at least a warning in the AM, right? Like they let us know ahead of time, hey, you know, I was super busy. It would have been my lead video this morning if I had been paying attention. I definitely want one to replace. Okay, yep. Let me see here. I didn't even think about the Switch OLED replacing the base model. I wouldn't complain if I got a pre-order for the OLED by any means. However, I play the dock mode 90% of the time. But wouldn't it be nice? Like, I don't have an OLED TV in my house. It's possible Switch games are going to look better on the OLED Switch than it does on any other TV in my house. Isn't that crazy? I have a decent 4K TV, but it's not even mini LED or anything like that, or QLED, right? Like it's not OLED. It's just an LCD. It's IPS, which is nice, but it's not anything that to write home about in comparison to an OLED. So the 3DS XL hardware upgrade, but Switch OLED don't. So Omar GT. The 3DS XL did not upgrade the internal hardware. The 3DS XL only gave you a bigger screen, and then they did some changes to improve the outer hardware. It did not. 3DS XL was not more powerful than the OG 3DS. New 3DS XL. See, this is where it gets confusing. People might not even remember 3DS XL existed because they replaced 3DS XL in a year with the new 3DS XL. There was only 1 year where 3DS XL was even a thing, and then they stopped making it when the new 3DS XL was announced. So there was a very short time period that 3DS XL was even available, but it was not an internal hardware upgrade. It was only external, and they didn't even increase the resolution of the screen or anything like that. The screen wasn't any better, basically. It was just bigger. So 3DS XL was not a hardware upgrade. New 3D XL, it gets really confusing because new 3DS XL became the predominant selling platform. The word new is important. That was the more powerful 3DS. The 3DS XL, which came out a year before it, was not more powerful. What about Amazon? There was a soon pre-order tweet in GameSpot's website yesterday. Firesoul said, I'm buying the Switch OLED even though I fully expect a Pro next year, along with the price cut for OLED. Yeah, I think if you're getting OLED this year, prepare for that price cut. And if you're upset about it, then you should cancel your pre-order. There's going to be a price cut on Switch OLED within a year and a half. It's going to happen. I'm telling you that now. So if you have a pre-order and you're not cool with that, cancel your pre-order. Nintendo is taking advantage of the marketplace right now. Is it kind of a shitty thing to do? Yeah, of course it is. But are they going to make millions? Yeah, of course they are. So it is what it is. If you want one this year, you're going to have to pay the premium. If you can even get it. It might be sold out the entire year, at least in the United States. I don't know if there's going to be some countries like Australia is not selling out. I don't think Australia is still sold out. Maybe I'm wrong, but last I checked, it was still available on EB Games Australia. Which, if you want to import, fine, but import fees, increase price in Australia anyways, it's going to cost you a fortune. You might as well pay scalper prices. At that point, you'll get it cheaper. Unless you live in Australia. OLED will have a deeper contrast for sure. I feel like it's only worth it if it's handled. Yeah, OLED's going to, the colors are going to pop and the blacks are going to be super black. It's going to be nice. In motion, games are going to look amazing. I mean, I'll have videos comparing. I'll have the light, because my son has a light. I'll have the light, the version 2 Switch. I don't have a version 1 on hand. Maybe I can get Eric. Eric has a version 1 Switch. So maybe I can have all of them next to each other. And I can kind of show you like the same game across all of them, like Breath of the Wild or something. Show that same game across all of them. And you can kind of look and compare and contrast color differences as best as I can show on camera. So you can be like, oh man, maybe it really is a big deal. Or maybe it's not. I can't tell you. To me, I see OLED TVs in stores and it's just the colors are popping compared to everything else. But I don't own an OLED in person. So I don't get to enjoy OLEDs every day. So maybe that actually makes OLED stand out even more to me, just because I don't get to enjoy that technology in my daily life. I have 0 OLED screens, monitors, TVs, or otherwise tablets, anything in my house. So, thank you for subscribing, Jared Compton. Santiago Salas says, I do not believe that they have set up pre-orders for Amazon yet. Sure, maybe not. What's cool about pre-orders on Amazon is you don't have to put any money down. That's why everyone loves Amazon pre-orders, because even if you're waiting on a paycheck, it doesn't matter. You can pre-order on Amazon without the money. Now, if I can pull off an Amazon pre-order, I'm going to try. We'll be giving one away. You guys know I do giveaways and all that. I would love to give away a Switch OLED, but I only have one pre-order right now, and that's going to be for me. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I will attempt to get an Amazon pre-order in, so I can give one away. But I can't guarantee it, of course. I wanted to get 2 in at GameStop, but they told me before I came it was 1 per person. Sucked. I would have loved to get 2. But it is what it is. I do not have a Samsung phone. iPhone 12. Which I don't think this is an OLED. Maybe it is an OLED now. I have no idea. I haven't kept up on iPhone specs in forever. Well, you can't really see a difference with some people's devices because they're probably not using an OLED screen, so they won't see big differences. Steam Deck, because it has the same dimensions and weight if a deck. Jeez. So we'll get to the Steam Deck in a moment here. Same with Target. What about Target? I have not talked about the Steam Deck yet. We'll get to it in a moment here. Is it going to kill Switch? All right. People want to know, is it AMOLED? I have no idea. I don't really pay attention, to be honest. All right, let me go to The Verge. I don't really watch content on my phone much. Maybe I should watch it. Maybe I'd notice a big difference between it and my TV. But it's so hard to tell on such a small screen. And I wonder if that's the issue. Well, no, see, with Switch, I could compare, I could see the difference for myself in person. Whereas, like, on an iPhone, like, I set it up next to my TV, and I'm like, yeah, but, like, it's such a small screen, All right, so let's get to the Valve Steam Deck. Because, obviously, that's the big thing that was announced today was the Valve Steam Deck. So let's take a look at this article on The Verge that compares it to Xbox Series X, Switch, and PlayStation 5. Full specs and all that, right? Did I switch to the right thing? I don't even know, right? Oh yeah, I did. All right. So how does Valve Steam Deck compare to Nintendo Switch's Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5? Valve's surprising new Steam Deck has been officially announced, promising to let players take their whole Steam library of games on the go. But how does the handheld compare to other major consoles on the market? First off, let's look at Steam Deck specs. It's powered by AMD APU with a quad-core, 8-thread Zen 2 CPU, and AMD RDNA 2 GPU with 8 compute units, which, by the way, isn't that many, but for a handheld is a lot. It's definitely better than Switch, alongside 16 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. I gotta know, it's LP DDR5. There is a difference. There are 3 models available. One that has 64 gigabytes of eMMC storage, which is basically what Switch has, for $399. One with a 256 gig NVMe SSD for $529, and then the top of the line model, which has a 512 gigabyte of high-speed NVMe SSD storage. They're all using the same generation of NVMe, but it's more like, if you know anything about NVMe drives, some are faster than others. Now there is the whole, you can go and get like a PCIe Gen 4 SSD, but that's not what's being used here. I want to be very clear about that. They're not using Gen 4. The differences are in the quality of the SSD drive they're using in it, but not the generation. It's the same generation no matter which one of the middle or the top model you get. It's just one is better than the other because it's a higher end NVMe SSD. Anyways, I wanted to clarify on that. So that one costs $650. While the base eMMC storage configuration could potentially mean slower game installs and load times, Valve promises that there is no in-game difference in frame rates or graphics quality among the 3 models. Which that's true across the board. You could even run games off of a spinning disk drive, like a 5200 RPM drive. The games are going to run fine for the most part. It's just load screens. You'll have longer load screens, but once you're in the game, you're not going to notice any differences. That's true basically across the board with most PC games. And eMMC, by the way, is still better than spinning disk drives. So the most obvious comparison for the Steam Deck is, of course, Nintendo Switch, particularly the upcoming OLED model, which offers a similar handheld configuration, screen size, and design. Both devices, by the way, this is the device right here. Just to note, this is the device. One thing that I find a little strange about the device, I don't even mind that the D-pad's up here, because you're either using the thumbstick or you're using the D-pad. I do wonder if I'm going to accidentally, like while moving this around, bump the D-pad at all. And they obviously included their little touch pads. That's what I assume these are. They have those on the Steam controller, so I'm not surprised they're back. And I guess it just offers potential mouse controls or something like that. Because as we find out, this is a mini PC. You can load Windows, you can load Linux, etc. It's literally a mini PC. I'm not sure about this button location here. I feel like they should have moved this stick down like an Xbox or Switch controller, move the touchpad up. I feel like this is just unnatural. I feel like it's gonna be weird. Like here's my Xbox controller. Or wait, no, this is a Switch controller. See, I feel like this is weird because you're gonna be going like this. The control stick's basically gonna be here, and you're gonna go like this. I don't like that. Like this feels more normal. My hand naturally goes in like this. My hand doesn't go like this. That's kind of a crampy movement to me. So I'm not so sure about that button placement. I don't think that's a good button placement at all. I think for thumb comfort, they should have swapped the touchpad up here, moved the thumbstick down here. I think that would have felt like a more natural movement. Even on Sony's controllers, they bring both thumbsticks down, but it's a natural movement to move your thumb like this, not like this. That just hurts even. So I don't know. Maybe it's comfortable. Maybe I won't know till it's in my hands. I feel like that is a critical comfort mistake right there, even though it's probably more ergonomic overall to hold. That I don't know about that. We'll have to see. I'm not thrilled about that. All right, so let's get what the comparison is. Both devices feature 720p touchscreen displays. So you're not getting higher resolution per se in terms of the screen's capability, but you're going to be at 720p pretty much all the time, right? It's PC. Of the two, Switch is most certainly the less powerful device. It features NVIDIA's Tegra X1 chipset, an ARM-based processor that's over 4 years old compared to Steam Deck's AMD 2 Zen 2 CPU and next-gen RDNA 2 GPU architecture. It also appears in the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. The Steam Deck is, by the way, it's not as powerful as an Xbox Series X, by the way. They're going to make an argument here that's a little strange, but I'll talk about it in a moment. The Steam Deck also has been shown off handling games that Switch simply can't, like Control. You can play pretty much any PC game on it. And other games showcased like Jedi Fallen Order or No Man's Sky have never been available in a portable form factor before. But given the two handhelds are closest together in form factor and price, it's still worth looking at them side by side. Unlike the Switch, the Steam Deck swaps removable controllers for some additional input methods. So you see these paddles underneath. Okay. In addition to the thumbsticks, the 4 extra buttons on the back. And by the way, they're full thumbsticks, so have less drift issues. You can connect a pair of wireless headphones, which, again, I wish you could do with Switch, but you can't. The Switch does win out in battery life. Not really surprising. More powerful device. 4.5 to 9 hours versus 2 to 8. Valve telling IGN that you can realistically expect 4 hours of Portal 2 at 720p at 6. I feel like that's a really weird, like... So if you're playing Portal 2, you can get 4 hours at 720p and 60 frames per second. Look, Portal 2 is a good game. But that's your barometer? Shouldn't it be something like Doom Eternal? Like, how many hours are you getting at Doom Eternal? Clearly not 4. Probably only getting 2. Which is fine. Guys, this is a handheld PC. Okay. Switch is also much lighter, weighing at 0.93 pounds to the Steam Deck's 1.47. It's like a half pound heavier. Choosing between the $349 OLED Switch and the $399 Steam Deck will largely come down to preference. Do you prefer Nintendo's level of polish and lineup of exclusive games, or Valve's rougher around the edges but more powerful option with its extensive PC gaming library? Comparing the lineup of next-gen consoles, what is it? The GPU is markedly less powerful than even the Xbox Series S, with less than half the graphic cores of Microsoft's weakest next-gen console, which is only $300, by the way. Despite the fact that Steam Deck uses the same RDNA 2 GPU architecture, it's not the same weight class. As seen in the chart below, the PlayStation 5 next-gen Xbox consoles win out in almost every metric on which you care to compare them. More cores, faster CPU clock rates, dramatically more compute units, faster GPU rates, and more teraflops of raw GPU power. And while that may feel like an unfair comparison, it's worth considering that the Steam Deck, which ranges in price from $399 to $649, is priced more in the same ballpark as those more premium consoles, which switches it goes from $100 to $349. Obviously, the PlayStation 5 starts at $399. So, yeah, you can kind of see a direct comparison here. And the bottom line is it's more powerful than the Switch. I said on Twitter that it's about 2.5 times more powerful than the Switch. Some are arguing that it's more than that because it's newer architecture. I think it doesn't really matter. I have a 2700X CPU and a 5700 XT. This doesn't beat that. It's newer architecture than what I'm running, but it's not going to run games better than my PC does, right? I got a 2060 with a, God, I can't remember what CPU is in here. I think it's a 10580. I don't whatever. It's a newer CPU, not the latest, but a gem behind. This is newer generation than every PC in my house, but it's not going to beat out even my laptop. So, like, what's the point of this device? And this is where I want to talk a bit earnestly about the Steam Deck. What is the purpose of this device? Are they trying to come after Nintendo? Very similar design and concept. Console gaming on the go, except it's PC gaming on the go. It's a full-on PC. You can use Windows, Linux, or Steam OS. Doesn't matter. You can use your own Steam library. If you have Windows on there, you can obviously use any library you want. Compatibility of the controllers and stuff, I have no idea. But I'm not sure that this is actually a Switch competitor. Think about it. This device isn't unique. The only scary part of this device is the price point. So, these portable PCs in handheld form already exist. This isn't even a new device. We've already seen this. We've even seen this exact architecture used in new devices. I'll show you. Hold on, let me... Obviously, the Steam Deck is dominating headlines right now. Like this one. I'll show you guys this one. Here's one to look at. So, like, here's one right here. See this? Pre-sale of the Aya Neo handheld gaming PC, Windows 10 Founders Edition, Ryzen 5 4500U, 16 gigabytes, 512 terabyte, blah, 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 blah. It costs like $1,600 or whatever. Like, these things already exist, right? Here's the Steam Deck. Okay. Here's the Steam Deck. And here's one that's already like out there. This one's a pre-sale, but it's got, you see, it's got the buttons, it's got AMD Ryzen, all like these sort of devices already exist. Like, this isn't new, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. What Valve is doing isn't new. What's new is you saw that was $1,600, $400. It does have that more consumer-friendly entry point, but it's not really going to compete with even like a mid-range gaming PC. This is basically a very low-spec gaming PC. You're going to be running, you're playing Doom Eternal. It's going to look better than on Switch, but it's not going to be like, oh my God, it looks like what it runs like an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5, or even on your PC, or even on xCloud. xCloud games are going to look better. But there is a use case for this that I find interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see if Microsoft latches onto this. Because of Game Pass, this has the potential to be basically a portable Xbox. At $400, portable Xbox, that sounds enticing. But even then, I'm not so sure that this device is competing with Switch. Because why does Switch sell? Like, if you're buying Switch OLED, okay, you probably already have a Switch, right? And why did you buy that Switch? Did you just buy the Switch because it's portable? Maybe that's why you bought it. But would you buy a gaming device just because it exists? Like, okay, this device exists. Switch exists. PlayStation 5 exists. But why do we buy platforms? To play games, right? So the massive advantage that Switch has is that there are games on it you can't play anywhere else. This is a handheld PC. There's nothing on it you can't play elsewhere because it's just a PC. Is there an advantage to it? Absolutely. This could be a great companion device to PC gamers. If you're someone who plays games that are right in the wheelhouse of this, and you use controllers anyway, so you're not a mouse and keyboard user, you use controllers to play your games on PC, this could have some benefit to you in a portable format. It has a market. But that market, I don't think, is the same market as Switch. Now, there are PC gamers who own Switch, of course, and there are PC gamers that take advantage of cross-saves on certain games that are also on Switch, like Doom Eternal. They do take advantage of those cross-saves. And this is a better version of that for that purpose. But I don't know that they're really fundamentally in the same marketplace. This, to me, is just like another one of this. See this? This is a laptop, otherwise known as a more portable PC. All Valve is offering you guys is just another form factor for a portable PC. Laptops range in prices from $200 Chromebooks to, $3,000, $5,000 plus behemoths. Like, I'm not so sure that this really is going to matter to Nintendo. It's significantly more powerful, but does that even matter? Because you're not going to be able to play Breath of the Wild 2 on it. Now, you're going to argue, it's a PC, you can emulate games. Oh, absolutely you can emulate games. You're not emulating Switch games on it. Switch games already struggle to emulate on really high-end 3090 5950X PCs. Switch games are having a hard time emulating on that hardware. Ain't gonna touch this hardware. Now, can you maybe get some Wii U games up and running? Probably. I have no idea. But now some people wondered, can Nintendo sue Valve? No. Nintendo doesn't own the design of Switch. Now, maybe there's some sort of patent with the way the Joy-Con controllers connect that Nintendo could potentially sue someone over, but these are non-detachable. This form factor is not exclusive to the Switch. There were already portable PCs before Switch came out that used this form factor. Nintendo doesn't own the base form factor of Switch. They just don't. Nobody does. It's a screen with a controller attached on both sides. They don't own the rights to that. Now, they might own the rights to how the controllers connect with the detachable stuff, but they don't actually own the design, right? That's like saying, should Nintendo sue Xbox for copying the GameCube layout? No. Should Xbox sue Nintendo for their Pro controllers literally copying the Xbox layout except for changing the location of ABXY? No. It's just not going to happen. Nobody owns those exact layouts. Nintendo could release a controller with the sticks that look like a DualSense. It won't matter. There'd be no lawsuits. So Nintendo can't sue. I don't think they'd want to. To me, I have a feeling that this Steam Deck, which is funny because I have an Elgato Stream Deck right here. So it's like Stream Deck, Steam Deck. Really? You had to use the term deck. And by the way, they do have a dock. For people wondering, yeah, well, the big difference with Switch is you could dock it with your TV. They do sell a dock for this. You can dock it and hook it up to a monitor, a TV, whatever. You can dock this platform. But the dock is sold separately. It's not included. So Valve's not even pretending to compete with Switch because they're not including the dock with it, right? So I don't think that Nintendo fans need to worry about this thing overtaking anything. I think this is just another option in a marketplace that's already starting to get pretty full up on options. This is a more affordable price point. And as for do I want it to be successful, I don't really think it matters to me if it's successful. It would be curious to find out if it is. I think the big thing that's going to be telling, this thing doesn't come out till December, so I don't think it's really going to affect holiday sales, is next year, does the Steam Deck sell so well that it appears Switch sales are hurt? That's a big unknown. But I don't think that we need to worry about this as Nintendo fans. I think it's just an option on the marketplace for PC gamers to take their PC games on the go because Switch doesn't do that. Just like this doesn't play Nintendo games, Switch doesn't play PC games. So I'm not so sure that this is really a competitor. I think this is going to kill a lot of I'm going to just show you a $1,600 third-party device coming out. I think Steam Deck might kill that. But I don't think it's going to have anything. I don't think it's going to even affect Switch sales. I don't think it's even trying to compete with Switch. Now, is it inspired by Switch? Maybe. But then the other question is, will this be successful overall? I don't know. How many times has Valve tried to launch hardware? Like 3 times? None of them have ever gone well. None of them have gone well. Is this their best attempt at hardware? I guess. But even then, I just mentioned, even the flaw of the stick and the buttons, you can't swap that out. That's your controller. So I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic about this device. I think it has a lot of potential. I just don't know that it's really going to compare to Switch. I also, in checking out the specs, I don't think they're using an OLED panel. I could be wrong on that. I think it's just an IPS display. Because I've been poring over the tech specs all day, and I haven't seen much on the panel it's using. But I don't think it's using an OLED panel, so that's another thing. Colors will be more accurate on Switch. But again, it's more powerful. It's just not... I don't think it's trying to compete with... I don't know. You guys let me know. Are you guys worried? Yeah, it's LCD. So it's not even IPS. So Are you guys even worried about Steam Pal? Are you are you excited for Steam Pal? I keep calling it Steam Pal. Steam Pal to me is a better name than Steam Deck. Anyways, Steam Deck. Sorry, Stream Deck and Steam Deck. It's just, I'd rather be called Steam Pal. Anyways, are you guys excited for Steam Deck? And do you think it's going to compete with the Switch? Because those are my thoughts on it, but what are your thoughts on it? Do you think it has the potential to knock out Switch? Do you think it's going to force Nintendo to upgrade the Switch sooner? I think that's what some people hope it does. Omar GT says, what about emulation? I mean, yeah. Right now, people buy Xbox Series S's and emulate everything. It's like the best emulation box in the world. What about it? Emulation's going to happen. Not worried, but you may buy one. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I don't want one. I think it's an interesting concept. I don't know. I might pick one up just out of morbid curiosity. I want one because it's new tech, but it won't come close to competing with Switch. Competition is a good thing. My first reaction this morning when I first heard about the news without doing the research was, hey, look, Switch has a competitor. And this is cool. Like, Nintendo needs some competition. So they don't pull shit like the OLED overpricing, right? Like, if they have competition, they'll do better. At least that's what competition's supposed to do. But I'm not sure that this is actually competition, right? And we'll find out. Maybe it does cross into the same marketplace. I don't know. I just think that people looking to buy Switch aren't going to be looking at Steam Deck as an alternative. Because you're not buying Switch. You're buying Switch to play some sort of Nintendo game, I assume. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But what will be interesting, this is something that's cool. If these systems end up competing against each other, wouldn't it be interesting to see what happens when the next gen Switch comes out? Because they're using completely different technology, right? One's using ARM CPUs with NVIDIA GPU tech. And I think NVIDIA owns ARM now. And one's using AMD all the way. This is like another... The PC realm knows all about this, red versus blue. This is basically, and red versus green, because obviously AMD has GPUs versus NVIDIA. This would be like that all over again. But in the hand. Wouldn't that be crazy? Because even NVIDIA is going to be like, oh man, we got to push Nintendo to get the Orin-based Switch out or something like that. Like, we got to push them, we got to compete. I think it would be funny if they start competing with each other like that. The thing is, Nintendo, it's not going to happen because Nintendo doesn't care as much about power. But, like, it would be hilarious to see them just going at each other because NVIDIA wants to be like, oh, you're in the mobile space now with Steam? Yeah, well, we're with Nintendo. We have the better games. We're going to do this. Much better games is subjective. There's great games on PC. But it would be kind of cool to see, like, the red versus green all over again, but in the handheld space, and Nintendo is on one side of that. It would be, for me as, like, a tech enthusiast, like, that to me is really exciting. I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think Nintendo cares enough to get involved in something like that. But I think it would be kind of cool if that did end up happening. Because I love it in the PC space. I love the competition. Once Ryzen came in, yeah, I'm using Ryzen now. I love that Intel and Ryzen are now, like, AMD and Intel are just going at it. I love that AMD is making competitive GPUs with NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA still has the best of the best. But for, the 3070, 3080, dude, 6700, 6800 XTs, those are right there competitive price to performance. Like, they're competing with the most popular GPUs. That's insane. Like, there's so much competition in the PC space. It would be kind of cool to see the technology competition come to the mobile space. Because it's been Nintendo and then a bunch of people trying to shove laptops into portable devices for a while. Not necessarily the same thing as what Steam Pal is trying to do. I think Steam Pal. See, Steam Pal. Call it Steam Pal. I think Steam Pal is probably a thing. But what Steam Deck. God, am I ever going to get used to calling it Steam Deck? I'm probably going to just call it a Stream Deck moving forward, even though I know Stream Deck's a thing by Elgato. Hey, YouTube didn't give you notifications. Yeah, dude, that happens. NVIDIA has Nintendo exclusives with the Switch 2. Nintendo already sold 80 million units. Probably more than that. It's probably close to 100 million at this point. You're not wrong. I got Switch mainly for Nintendo games. Like, here's the thing. I don't think like, there's going to be people, oh, I play a bunch of indie games on Switch. I play a bunch of third-party games. So do I. But is that really why you bought the Switch? Or did you just say, hey, I knew the Switch could do that, but I bought it so I could play Breath of the Wild. I bought it so I could play Mario Odyssey, Splatoon, Smash, etc. Like, yeah, it's cool it can do that stuff, and you absolutely take advantage of it, and maybe you play more indie games on this thing than anything else, but did you really buy Switch for the indie games, or did you buy it for something else Nintendo related, and then it happened to have all the great indie games? So it's like, I'm not saying there aren't multiple reasons people play Switches, but what initially got you to buy a Switch? Was it really the third-party games? Was it really the indie games? Or was it something Nintendo was putting out? Or, a third-party, like maybe Monster Hunter Rise, like a third-party exclusive game. Temporary exclusive, it's going to be on PC. Console exclusive, I guess. But now, with Steam Deck, if it's on PC, is it console exclusive? Is this a console? Do we call this a console? Is this a handheld console, or are we just going to call it a handheld PC? I don't know. Weird, right? It looks like a handheld console. It feels like a handheld console, but it's really just a PC. Weird. What a weird world we're living in right now. It's crazy. If you're a regular person who don't collect and already have a Switch, will you buy the Switch OLED or the stream? Okay, if you're a regular person who doesn't collect things and you already have a Switch, would you buy the Switch OLED or the Steam Deck? That's a good question. Like if I wasn't a YouTuber, didn't have to worry about all this stuff, would I spend my money on Switch OLED on a Steam Deck instead? But I'm not a normal consumer because I have like every gaming platform. I think if you're not heavily invested in PC gaming, I mean, do you pick this up? Maybe that's a selling point. If you're not heavily invested in PC gaming, but this is all the PC games, would this make you want to invest in PC gaming? Does this make PC gaming even more accessible? Good question. Would I want to buy this over a Switch OLED if I already had a Switch, which I do, and I was a normal consumer that wasn't worrying about covering Nintendo stuff? I don't know. Because I have a gaming PC and a gaming laptop. Do I need another PC gaming device? Just because it's a different form factor? Do I really need it? It's not going to play games as well as my other devices. So do I really need it? For me, it's like the same situation as owning a Switch. Do I really need a Switch OLED? No. Do I really need another gaming PC capable device? No. And I'm still going to prefer to play on I don't know. But the idea is for the situations that it would be nice. Like at an airport, you can play games on your laptop at an airport, but wouldn't it be more convenient to play PC games on this? Well, yeah. So I don't know. Like on a plane, yeah, you can absolutely, if you're okay with touchpads or controllers, absolutely play PC games on a plane. But then, I don't know. Like it's a interesting situation. I don't know that I would buy it either way. Like if I buy it now, it's because I'm just curious. But it's not because I think I'm actually going to use it. Like I'm pretty sure if I buy it, I'm basically going to do like a little review. I'll do some cross comparisons with Switch and Switch OLED, and then I'll probably just give it away if I bought one. I don't think I'd be buying it for the purposes of keeping it. Does that make sense? And I'm sure someone's going to want it, even slightly used. Someone's going to want it for me because it's free. Who wouldn't want a free $400 device? Because I don't think I'd invest more than that. Don't think I'd go for the big boy versions. Because it does, by the way, it does include a micro SD slot, so you can expand the storage just like you can on Switch. So if I was a normal consumer and I already owned a Switch, would I buy either platform? I already own a gaming PC, so I don't know that I'm really interested in this product. And would I get an OLED Switch anyways? Under normal circumstances, I'd probably still get the Switch OLED. I'm just thinking back on what I used to do before I had to worry about owning all the platforms. I'd probably still get the Switch OLED, but it would be different. I would trade in my Switch towards a Switch OLED. So I'd trade in my Switch, get maximum value, which I think I can get 150 to 200. I might be able to sell it locally for 250 if I include a game with it or something. And that would pay for most of it. So under normal circumstances, I might get the Switch OLED anyways, but I would just trade in my Switch towards it. I'm not going to trade in my PC or PC parts towards this for something that's worse than what I have. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I'd be downgrading for portable gaming that I could do on my laptop. So, like, I don't know. I feel like I've been PC gaming so long where when you want a portable game, you use a laptop that, I don't know. Plus, mouse and keyboard, you got to get the dock out to use mouse and keyboard, which to me is the preferred way to play a lot of games. Obviously, there's plenty of games on PC that work fine with a controller, but like a lot of PC games I play, use mouse and keyboard. I mean, there's something to say that, you could play World of Warcraft on there, which is kind of cool. But again, I'd hook it up to a mouse and keyboard. So I just don't know, man. It just doesn't, it's not really for me. I'm trying to think, like, I've been PC gaming almost as long as I've been Nintendo gaming. And to me, I just don't have an appeal for this. I'm trying to understand who would want this. Clearly somebody, because they've been making these super expensive ones for a while. But I don't know. Like, I don't know who would want it. I'm a PC gamer, and I'm not so sure that I really care about this thing. Care about my game. Like, when I PC game, I like the customization, and I like being able to take advantage of my hardware. And this is a downgrade compared to everything I have. But it's portable. More portable than my laptop. But, like, is that portability worth me not enjoying my 1080p 144 hertz FreeSync monitor or my 4K 60 laptop? Like, is it worth all that sacrifices just to play at 720p on the go? I could justify 720p from Nintendo because there's games I can't get anywhere else. But like from PC, I haven't gamed at 720p on PC since like the 90s. So I don't know. I'm not so sure that this really, it does, the more I talk about it, the more I'm just not interested in this product. But I don't want to feel like I'm shilling for Nintendo. I love PC gaming. This feels like the anti-PC gaming system. It's like trying to make PC gaming a Switch, but I'm not really interested in PC gaming that way. But maybe there's going to be people that are. We have another super chat. Thank you, the African Triforce, for the $5. He says, when did going for power actually help Nintendo? They tried that with the N64 and the GameCube. It didn't work. Said they just focus on games. You can have both, by the way. No one's saying, I want to be clear here. No one's saying you can't have power and games. Who's saying Nintendo couldn't have a powerful platform and focus on games? They could do both. Both can be true. They definitely focused on games during the N64 and GameCube era. It's not like they didn't make games. So, it's just other people do things better. And Nintendo realized that, so they decided we really can't do what they're doing. Let's focus on what we do good. We innovate, and we do handheld gaming really, really well. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Big reminder, we do have some new stuff tonight. We got some UV Red, but this is only for $10 and up super chats. And this is the Danger Zone with the Gold Schlager at 43.5% alcohol. That only comes out for $20 and up super chats. And if we somehow get to $100 total, the tequila comes out, or as I call it, tequila. But thank you so much for the support. I do appreciate the $5. Cheers. I think my boyfriend would, since he travels a lot. He's in the National Guard. Had a ton of activations. I mean, military, maybe I could see, I suppose. Plus, it's really tiny. Smaller than a laptop. You traded your Switch Lite for the OLED today. Sacrificed one child for another child. I mean, Switch OLED's a great upgrade if you have a Switch Lite. I think it's going to feel like a whole new system to you, going from a Switch Lite. Nintendo does what it does best. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to. I know that my channel's called Nintendo Prime, and I have an affinity for Nintendo, and obviously I have a bias for Zelda massively. I don't know. I've been PC. I'm a huge PC gamer. I literally was just playing games on my laptop in my bed the other day, and I guess in that situation, that I would have rather played this. I don't like playing my laptop in my bed. A couple things. One, I got vents down here. That where the fans suck in the air and then blow it out the sides and the back. If I set it on my sheet, I can't do that, right? Like I just can't. I have to grab I have this little God, what is it? This little basket that has a lid on it. I take that lid off and I set it on my bed, then I set my laptop on there. But it's still not like when you're sitting in bed and you're doing mouse and keyboard, it's still not that comfortable. And oh, baby, here we go! But that's a 712 with a $20. Says, let's break open that golden goodness. Oh, you want it to get dangerous tonight. 43.5% alcohol. Let's do it. Let's do it. You know what sound? Hold on. Is this going to crash things? I got to fix my sound. So I can't hear like any of my sounds. I want to see if I can fix this. Not this. Where is it? That's what I want. I can't hear any of my voice mod stuff. I need to change. No, I want that coming out on. No, not that. Is the LG not showing up? Oh, of course the LG is not showing up. I can't have it come out through there. Damn. I don't think there's any way for me to do it without crashing voice mod, which I guess while I pour Goldschlager here, I can crash voice mod quick. Because voice mod will come back when I reboot voice mod, so I guess I could just kill my audio for a brief moment. Let me do this. I'm gonna reload voice mod here. Audio will just be dead for a moment. I'm gonna pour my shot here while voice mod reloads. So just so I can change the audio output so I can actually hear things. That would be great. Yeah, we're back. Where's my voice mod? All right, let me see if I can get voice mod's audio output to work here. I want to set it to the LG. 1, 2, testing. Okay, I just don't want to hear myself. But if I do this now, yeah, there we go. Now I can hear what's going on. Perfect. That's what I wanted to do. All right, good. We're good. We're all good now. We're all good in the hood. All right, so let me get this on. So I wanted to spin this around. If you don't know what Goldschlager, you're supposed to spin it around so the gold gets in here. We got a couple gold flakes. Man, I haven't done Goldschlager in a while. It's funny. What? That's why I love mobiles. You can just buy a cheap grip on the phone. Okay. I guess it's Q&A time. Q&A time, folks. If you have any questions for me, whether it's about Switch OLED, about things about the Steam Deck, or whatever other news and gaming you want to go in, Skyward Sword HD comes out tomorrow. We can talk about that. At me in the chat, at Nintendo Prime in the chat, and ask your question. Obviously, if you do super chat or donate, your question jumps to the top of the pile. Let me get this down quick. I was just bringing up the latest news here too as well. a lot of Skyward Sword HD stuff coming in because some of the embargoes are over. So there's guides coming out, which, I mean, if you played Skyward Sword, it's pretty much the same thing. But cheers. Oh! Oh, Goldschlager will put some hair on your chest. Woo! Oh boy, I got the flakes out of there, right? Oh yeah, of course I did. Oh baby, I'm worth more in the moment than I was worth 10 seconds ago. Yeah, baby. Less than 2 hours until you can play it. Nice. When are you doing your Zelda stream tomorrow? Loki Ravenstorm asks. So Zelda stream will probably be happening at the usual time. So I'm looking at about 8 p.m. Central Time. I thought about doing it during the day, but reality is I got work and my kids and everything else, so I won't be doing it during the day. But I got to check my bank here quick to make sure I can even pick up the game tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to pick up the game tomorrow. Just got to always check the funds and see where things are sitting at. Oh, yeah, we'll be fine. I'll be able to pick up the game tomorrow. So we're all good on that front. Yep, all good. So I'll be picking up the game tomorrow. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Also, we hit $50 in Super Chat revenue tonight. Of course, you know, stranger things have happened. Let me see here. We got some more questions in here? Goldschlager, I already have what? Wait, who said something about Goldschlager? Goldschlager, I already have a hairy chest. Nice. Yeah, dude, Goldschlager does put some string. What? Wait. Sorry, that's Nintendo Prime. He doesn't get party mode. Stranger things do happen, Nate. Mr. Pumpkin, get over here. Come join the stream a little bit more, Mr. Pumpkin. How you doing, man? You have anything to do with this Nintendo Prime fellow? Huh? Huh? It's not Halloween, you know. I'm watching you. And you're watching me, so whatever. We'll get a little shoddy in here for Nintendo Prime. Thank you so much, man, for the $5. I don't know why you're not just enjoying your multiple babes. I heard you sent your yacht to pick up some chicks from Miami. Dude, Nintendo Prime is rich as hell, dude. I wish he'd send me some of his money. God, I could use a new house. This house is a piece of shit. I shouldn't complain. It's a nice house compared to what a lot of people's other living situations are, but it's a fixer-upper that we're not fixing up. Cheers. We have just made it livable. Sort of. If livable means having birds with nests in your walls, like all over the place. If that's livable. To some of you. Alexis Aho says, what are you going to cover in the Zelda live stream tomorrow? I plan on attending regardless. Curious, I'm sure you mentioned it earlier. What am I going to cover? I'm playing a game. I'm playing Skyward Sword HD. Probably do motion controls, try out button controls, see if I can get used to it or not. Probably end up back with motion controls because I probably prefer it. But yeah. I'll be probably getting through the tutorial, getting to the first zone, I hope. I think. Maybe. We'll see. Guys, is it me or is he over drunk? I'm not even buzzing. Over drunk. I've had one real shot tonight. Granted, it was Goldschlager, but at least you have a house. Yep. I'm not one to complain about my situation like that. As I said, we want a new house. But it's not like I'm unappreciative of the house I have. Like, this is a decent place. It's got a big backyard, which is great for kids. It's just, I grew up differently than a lot of people. Because I grew up in rural Wisconsin, right? Everyone has big houses in Wisconsin. Like, everyone has yards in Wisconsin. Unless you live in Milwaukee. Like, everyone has yards. Everyone has big houses. So I grew up differently than other people. I've lived in other places, and I've seen that, yeah, life isn't like it is here or there. But like life is just different when you live in a place like Wisconsin. But on the other side of it, we deal with winter, and we deal with it for like 6 months. We could have 6 months of snow and shoveling and really hard to drive in garbage. But we also get sledding and snowmobiling and ice fishing. You know, so I don't know. Oh, to take a 610 sends me the $2 again. Thank you so much, man. Since no podcast this week, jump on Andres on the Sun. Oh, Andres Restarts podcast on Sunday. Weekends. Andres Restart knows this. I did go on his podcast once. Andres Restart knows this. My weekends are family time. You notice I don't usually post videos on weekends. I mean, sometimes I do, but that might be it. I might have took an hour out of my day, made a quick video, and then that's all you get. I did do a weekend stream like 2 months ago, and it actually did really well. Had like 400 people watching. It was crazy. But I know that's when a lot of people have their free time. That's my family time. That's me and Yulia, me and the kids. Speaking of that, this is happening really damn soon. I just realized. Not this weekend, but next weekend, I'm leaving on the 24th. July 24th. Sorry, June. God, July 24th, I'm leaving. We're driving over to my sister's house in Minnesota. We're spending the night there. My kids too. And then we are flying out on the 25th in the morning to Miami, Florida, and we're going on a cruise. We don't leave on Sunday. We fly to Miami on Sunday, stay at a hotel. Then on Monday, get on the cruise ship, and then we're on a cruise all the way through Friday. We get back off the cruise, spend another night in Miami, and then come back on the 31st. My fiance has informed me that I will not be pre-making videos like I planned. I originally was going to pre-make videos. She told me no. Apparently one night on a E3 live stream, I promised to stream while I'm on my cruise. Didn't know that. I do have the best internet package on the cruise. So I could video chat with my kids, but yeah, it's apparently I'll be making videos while I'm on the cruise. Don't know how that's going to happen. I'm on vacation. But it's going to be a weird vacation. It's going to be a vacation that's not a vacation. It still is a vacation. Here's why it's still going to be considered a vacation. I don't have kids for a week. Because we're flying out at like 6 in the morning. So, don't have kids for a week. And I don't have my normal job for a week either. Nor does Yulia. Now, just because we'll still be doing YouTube a little bit. Just a smidge. Not much. Maybe an hour or two out of every day will be spent doing this. Maybe we'll stream. At least one time. Maybe multiple. But we're cruising. We're on vacation. But she told me, my fiance, bless her soul, is like, you're bringing your laptop. You're bringing your microphone. You're bringing maybe even a camera. We'll see about that. Technically, I have a cam link. I can hook up my camera to my laptop. So we'll see if that happens. We'll see if we bring this camera with. We'll see. I don't want to guarantee that. But she wants a high quality I don't know. I'll probably end up bringing the camera. But we'll see. Anyways, so look forward to that. I guess we'll still be making content while on the cruise. So if I look sunburned, if I'm wearing some weird clothes, not my usual getup, I'm just in a swimsuit and like a Hawaiian shirt or something because I'm in the Bahamas, heck, get used to it. Speaking of getting used to it. Don't think I forgot about you, Loki Raven Store. It's a $5 foot long. Dude, they haven't done the $5 footlong in a long time. Helping it get strange. I mean, you're just helping me do Red's Wicked Apple. If you want real liquor, here's what's funny. My fiance is Russian, right? Her grandmother is obviously Russian. She's pure Russian. No mix, no mutt. She was adopted, but she's pure Russian. Her, like, birthright grandmother is like, look, you're drinking beer, right? What am I drinking? Red's Wicked Apple, 8% alcohol. You know what they call this in Russia? Soda. They consider this a pop that you just casually drink. Now look, as of 2011, it's considered a booze product. Officially in Russia, it's considered booze. But to this day, this is pop. This is a soda pop. This isn't considered alcohol. You're basically drinking piss water to them. If it ain't vodka, ain't something more, hardcore than vodka, this is just piss water to them. Isn't that crazy? So, yeah, to get me to the real shit, $10. Let me bust out the vodka. Granted, it's UV cherry, and she'd probably call me a pussy for having to be UV cherry, not just pure vodka, but you know what? I'm not Russian. Damn it. But yeah. Dude, Russians are a bit crazy with that shit. Soda. Yeah, dude. If when I'm like, oh yeah, Miller Lite, she goes, you mean water? What's the alcohol on that? I don't know, 4.2? 5.5? I can't remember. I think normal Miller is 5.5. I think this is 4.2. And she goes, oh, so water. So this is water. This at 8% is soda. They don't consider anything under 20% to be booze. Let's just say Russians can drink. I mean, yes, my fiance can drink. She can't outdrink me. I've got some German in me. It enables me to drink quite a bit. But my fiance is a shot master. She can do like 18 shots of vodka in a night when we're partying. It's insane. She is. But isn't that crazy? Like her grandma's like, you're such a pussy. Stop drinking that shit. Get some vodka in your glass. Omar GT says, I've never drank alcohol. I fixed your English there. And I don't think I ever will. Yeah, it's not for everyone. So my dad had a drinking issue. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but he had an issue with booze and how he behaved while he drank it. Let's just say I don't have fond memories of my high school graduation. There was a party. I didn't get to enjoy the party. And my mom definitely does not enjoy my dad when he's on booze. So I was worried when I turned 21 and I actually got buzzed / drunk for my first time. Because I had tried booze before I was 21, but I never really, it was like a sip of beer. And I'm like, ugh, this is gross. But when I was 21, my parents bought me a 1.75 of UV blue. So this is UV red. They bought me a giant 1.75 of UV blue. And then they bought me a 24-pack of Mountain Dew. And they said, hey, mix them. Which is weird. I think UV red and Mountain Dew is a better mix than UV blue and Mountain Dew. But whatever. They bought me a 24-pack of Mountain Dew and a 1.75. And I spent the night at their house on my birthday. Because my birthday is July 5th, for those who don't know. July 4th, celebration. Usually we end up having a small party on the same day. Get the family together. My dad does a bunch of fireworks. Didn't happen this year. Didn't really have a birthday party this year. But, yes, I know, sad day. I literally didn't celebrate my birthday this year. It is what it is, at least with family. So, on my 21st birthday, it was really a day before I turned 21. They gave me that booze and they said, but you can't drink it till midnight. And I'm like, okay, I mean, that's fine legally. Although in Wisconsin, I think in Wisconsin at the time, if your parents let you drink, you could drink. Wisconsin was weird. For a long time, it didn't matter what age you were. You could go with your parents to the bar and be under 21, be under 18 even, and have a drink if your parents allow you to have it. That was a law in Wisconsin for a long time. You could be like 8 years old at the bar if your parent is there, and you could be drinking if your parent lets you drink. That's the way Wisconsin was for a long time. They changed that like a decade ago. But anyways, so my parents said you couldn't drink till midnight. So I waited. I stayed up till midnight, which whatever. I'm freaking 20, 21. What the hell is staying up till midnight? You know, I stay up till midnight still. So it's like, oh man, midnight, big deal. So I stayed up till midnight, and then I drank the entire 1.75 and the entire 24 pack of Mountain Dew over the next 3 hours, just making mixed drinks like a motherfucker. What I would do is, I would drink down like half of a Mountain Dew. I had no idea, by the way. My parents did not tell me I didn't know anything about drinking. They didn't tell me the ratio, that it should be like a shot, maybe, you know, and if you get 2 shots, it's a double, right? They didn't tell me that. Okay, they didn't tell me what the ratio of booze to alcohol was. Maybe they just assumed I knew. Maybe they assumed I partied more in high school than I really did. So, I would open a Mountain Dew, slam half of it. I literally measure it down to half. Fill it to the top with UV blue. And then I would drink that. And I played video games. I was by myself. And I played video games, of course. Of course I played video games. I'm by myself. What the hell else am I going to do? I guess I could have masturbated, but I mean, what fun is that? So, I played the Wind Waker. I swear to Christ, I started a new save file at midnight. I beat the game by 6 a.m. Now, 6 hours, right? Some people be like, I can speed run. I can speed run the Wind Waker faster than 6 hours. Fine. Do it while being completely smashed and blacked out. I literally beat Wind Waker off memory while being blacked out. Didn't even know what a blackout was. I drank the entire 1.75 and the entire 24 pack of Mountain Dew with half and half mix. Obviously drinking half the Mountain Dew and then half and half mix. Now, maybe by the end it was like a whole can. I don't know what I ran out of first. Or maybe I ran out at the same time. But I beat the... Here's the funny thing. I 100%ed Wind Waker. I want to be honest with you guys. I have never 100%ed a Zelda game before. I've gotten close. But I've never 100%ed. I've never cared to 100%. When I woke up, I had my laptop from school, because I was in college at the time. My laptop was open with walkthroughs on it for side quests in the Wind Waker. I completed. I want you to understand this. I don't remember doing any of this. I was drunk out of my mind by myself in my old bedroom at my parents' house, because I didn't live with my parents, but they said if you're going to drink, stay here. You know, don't drink and drive. Of course, so I stayed there. Drunk out of my mind, I completed the Tingle Tuner quest line. I 100% of the game in 6 hours. Is that even possible? I don't know, but I did it. In 6 hours, 100% of the Wind Waker, including I dug out my old GBA, which was in my old bedroom at the house in a drawer. I dug it out and 100%ed the Wind Waker. What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't even know, like, how do you explain that? 6 hours, 1.75 of UV blue gone, 24, lots of sugar, obviously. I mean, shitloads of sugar, that's why I was still awake. So much sugar, because there's sugar in the UV and there's sugar in the Mountain Dew, plus the caffeine. So, like, I'm not going to say I've never done a 24 pack of Mountain Dew in a night before. I mean, God, I've done LAN parties. I get it, caffeine up. But that's when I was young. I can't do that now. But, like, it was so much sugar. I must have been on a sugar high hardcore. I don't know. I don't remember most of it. Last thing I remember doing was Dragon Roost Island. That's not that far into the game. The last thing I remember is Dragon Roost Island. Here I am, at the end, 100% complete, Tingle Tuner quest done. What the fuck, right? And that's why sometimes when I do games, like tomorrow night, we'll be doing Skyward Sword. You think I'm good at Skyward Sword. You know, or you might think I'm good at Skyward Sword at the beginning of the stream. Get me buzzing, then see what happens, because I want to know. Am I a better gamer when I drink? I have no idea. But after that night, and the thing is, I didn't even wake up with a hangover. That was the crazy thing. You drink a 1.75 of anything, and you don't wake up with a hangover. That was weird. Did I drink? I have drank. Am I buzzing? No. I just thought that was a cool story. Because it's gamer related, right? It's a gaming story of the first time I got really hammered and blacked out. I also had one of my like most epic gamer moments that I don't remember. I just woke up the next day and I'm like at the Ganondorf fight. So I beat the Ganondorf fight quick and I'm like, okay, cool. Then I go back and I'm like, I did everything in this game. I have everything. I did everything. There's not a single quest I have not completed in this game. How? I started a new save file. How did that happen? What determination did I have by myself in, like, what conversations happened with myself? Because I know I talked to myself at some point. Maybe I got on, like, AIM Messenger or something at the time. I was like, hey, was that even a thing then? I don't think that was a thing then. Maybe we were moved on at that point. Maybe it was all Skype at that point. Because Skype was the big thing for a while. So maybe there were Skype conversations. Because I had some Skype calls on there. I'm sure I talked to some of my fellow Zelda fans. And I was probably like, hey, how do I do this? I remember spending many school nights playing Wind Waker and beating it 100%. Treasure hunting, nice. Any word on E3 giveaways? What's up, JM? How's it going? Yes. Everything for the E3 giveaways will be taken care of by the end of the month. I'm well aware. SSRCR85 says, you drink a 1.75 anything that's alcohol poisoning. So that is true, I think, for most people. I'm not going to sit here and deny that. That is true for most people. You could drink like a 1.75 of rum chata and maybe not. It's such a low alcohol volume. Hey, thank you, Triclyde Tamer. You're not a new member, so we're not going to do the whole new member of the board. But you have now been a member for 2 months in a row. Awesome. At the leader rank. Thank you so much. Triclyde Tamer. Thank you for being a re-upping your membership. I appreciate that. I got a question to ask. You pre-order at Best Buy. If it was yellow, will it go in your cart when I try to pre-order it? That I don't know about. I pre-ordered in person. I pre-ordered at GameStop. Funny, someone was trying to argue with me today that Best Buy doesn't take in-person pre-orders. Hate to tell them, I got my version 2 Switch as a pre-order at Best Buy. I know, I used to work at Best Buy. They take in-person pre-orders. So does Walmart. Now, I don't know if Walmart was doing it for Switch OLED, but a lot of these retailers do take in-person pre-orders. You just have to ask. But you have to ask the right employee. Not every employee knows about it. You have to find the right employee in the right section of the store and then ask them. Because even like the cashiers, they don't like know about it. They'll be like, what are you talking about? We don't do pre-order. I'm like, well, yeah, they don't do it at the register. But yeah, they take pre-orders at Best Buy. In person. But yeah, I can handle a lot of alcohol. A lot. Now, Goldschlager, obviously this is really, really high alcohol content. You know, I've only done one, so. Let's see here. I don't know if it's worth it for me to get an OLED. It probably isn't. If you don't think it's worth it, then don't get it. Save your money. I got a question to ask. If you pre-order at Best Buy, oh yeah, I already read that one. See if there's some other questions I missed in here. Did you celebrate Loki's donation? Did I miss a Loki donation? Let me scroll up here. If I missed the donation, I apologize. I had some subscribers in there. Oh yeah, no. I helped. I celebrated the Loki one. Yeah, we're good on Loki. Helping it get strange. Yep, we did that one earlier. Dude, we have 147 likes tonight. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't liked the stream, as Reggie says, what's wrong with you? Let's go. Let's get to 150. I'm sure there's at least 3 people watching right now that haven't liked the stream. Is it honestly worth getting an OLED if you have an OG Switch? Probably not. Now, if you play primarily in handheld, there's an argument to be made that, hey, you know what, that OLED panel, if you could trade in your Switch, get a good value for it, spend like $100 and get it, it might be worth it. But I mean, I don't have, here's the thing, I don't own the system. I have a pre-order, I don't have it on hand, I haven't seen it in person. So that's a good question I can't answer till I have it. And I'm probably going to make a review, or at least an impression video on it, to let people, it's basically, hey, is Switch OLED actually worth it? And I'm going to, tell you my impressions of it. Because I don't know. Right now, it's easy for me to be like, oh, it's just a new screen, who cares? But also, dude, I mean, how impressed am I going to be? Maybe I am super impressed, and I'm like, God damn, why the fuck wasn't there an OLED in the first place? That might be my thought. I might be like, God, everyone should just get the OLED, because it's that much better. I have no idea. So we need to wait and see. I can't tell you if it's worth it until I own it. And it's not here till October 8th. But I'll tell you this, it's not a necessary upgrade. It's just a new screen, a new kickstand, Ethernet port. It's not necessary. Now, if you have a Switch Lite, you can argue, okay, this might be a nice bump for a Switch Lite, because it's a significantly bigger screen compared to Switch Lite. But, yeah. Going from a version 1 or version 2 Switch to this. Not really sure. Switch Lite upgrading, I could see it. Again, because it's a much bigger upgrade for Switch Lite owners than it is OG Switch owners. Just not spec-wise, but just, dude, that's a lot of extra screen real estate. A lot of extra compared to Switch Lite. Switch Lite is tiny. You want the Ethernet dock? You can buy the Ethernet dock separately. It's $100. It should be a surprise. Wasn't the original dock like $90 at one point? Like, yeah, they're going to charge you more. The black and white contrast of the Metro game with the black and white Switch is, yeah, dude. That white Switch with the white dock, and then you have, or the white Joy-Cons with the black Switch and the white dock, and then Metroid Dread, like, dude. They're like a match made in heaven. How badly is the Switch OLED being scalped right now? I did this earlier today. We can take another look at it. Let me refresh here. All right. So it's still at the same prices as before, but if you weren't here earlier, it's not going to hurt to take a look. So here you go. Nintendo Switch OLED. So they got $599, $525, $500, $600, $500. You can easily get them between like $580 and $600. Here's one at $500. So like you can get them down there a little bit. But that's still, significantly over MSRP. And this guy wants $1,200. He's just dumb. He's not getting $1,200 plus $5 shipping. $1,200 plus $5. Bro, $1,200. Now look, I get when like PlayStation 5 was selling for that. I get it. Switch OLED. If anybody spends $1,200 on the secondhand market for Switch OLED, you're a dumbass. I'm sorry, if that Switch sells, you're a dumbass. And just unsubscribe from my channel. If you're a person that's about to drop $1,200 on a Switch OLED on eBay, get the fuck off my channel. I'm not even, like, don't be dumb. Don't be stupid. I don't think anyone's actually spend that when there's so many cheaper ones, but it's like, Jesus. People are trying to standardize the 650? Nah, that's not going to happen. I don't think any of these are selling right now. I can't imagine any of these have sold yet. So it looks like you can get it for like $500, around $500 at the cheapest. This guy wants $3,000. $3,000. I want to know what drugs this seller is doing. Let me click on this. What drugs is this seller doing? And he says confirm pre-order. So let's see. He's got it from Target. Okay. Good on him. Got it from Target. Starting bid $1,300. So you can buy it now for $3,000, or you can bid for $1,300. This person is banking on the prices going up and his price being cheap. Why? If you own a Switch, don't pay scalper prices. Just wait till it's in stock. Jeez, that's bad. I don't understand why some people are this way. Like, what kind of piece of shit do you have to be for that? Fuck, I could go scalp one for $3,000. I'll just buy it from another scalper and make $2,400 profit. Like, Jesus. Let me rescalp a scalper Switch for $3,000. No problem. I know he wants $15 in shipping. Granted, when you're spending $3,000 on something, is $15 in shipping even matter? But it's kind of like, dude, you're charging $15 in shipping on something. Like, if somebody legitimately does buy it now for $3,000, or I'm sorry, $2,999.99, you can't ship that shit for free. You can't take $15 out of your profit margin and ship that shit for free. Jesus fucking Christ. Especially when I know for a fact, Target was one of the ones where they had to ship it to my house and then I had to ship it out from there. There are some retailers where you pre-order and you can change the shipping address. So, like, it'll be shipped directly from Target, like, to the person's house. So it doesn't even cost the... God, it's so dumb. Is Skyward Sword as good as people say? Skyward Sword is great. By the way, it's the best Zelda movie of all time. It's like 5+ hours of cutscenes. Steam Deck maybe like this maybe. Yeah, you could sign up to pre-order tomorrow. You can't actually pre-order yet. There's a list you could sign up for to pre-order tomorrow, but you can't actually pre-order tomorrow. I'm going to sign up on the list. I don't know if I'm going to actually ever pre-order it, but if they offer me the pre-order and I don't have to put all the money down right away, maybe I'll take it. We'll see. I like the GameStop model of pre-orders because it's like a layaway almost, right? You pay it off over time, or you just pay it off when you get it. I like that. I think it's just easier to manage. Like, all of us think, oh yeah, we'll just budget $50 a month or $50 here. I get it. You could do that, but like to get the pre-order in right away and then do that and then just go and pay it off. I like what GameStop does. They're like the only retailer that does that. Amazon doesn't charge you till they ship. GameStop is like $50 down, and then you can just pay it off over time. All other retail outlets want you to just have the money ready right away. They want to charge you right away. So, that OLED Switch better have a golden Korok poo. Better include golden Korok poo. There better be like literal Korok poo that's been spray painted gold. Better be included for $3,000, and it better be like encased. To protect it, to maintain value. A 3K Switch better be made of gold. Like, dude, $3,000 for a Switch that isn't. Now look, I could get why someone, because you got to remember, $3,000 is the buyout price. You can just get it for $1,300. No one's gonna outbid you. You could just bid $1,300 and probably win the bid. It's a 6-day bid. You could probably just win the bid at $1,300. But here's the thing: if this was a Switch Pro, with like double the power of the current Switch, right? Say it's twice as powerful. I could see maybe that going for insane. I could see like a few of those selling at $1,000. I could see $1,000 top end for like a Switch Pro. Say a Switch Pro comes out and it's $399. I could see it like resale value on the open market being $1,000, especially at launch. But that's not what this is. Don't pay $1,300 for an OLED screen. What's wrong with you? Just buy a OLED screen and modify your Switch and replace it yourself. Jesus Christ. People are just... Granted, that might not work perfectly with the board that's included with your Switch. Might not have enough power coming off that board to run that panel. But what... Am I going to stream Skyward Sword HD? Yep, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. I will be streaming Skyward Sword HD. Will the new Switch model think the Switch will reach 100 million units? It was going to hit 100 million without Switch OLED. It might already be at 100 million, so we don't know yet. I think we find out. Let me see. We'll find out in August, I believe. So next month we'll find out updated numbers for Switch. I was trying to do the math on when they do their investors meetings. Pretty sure in August we'll have an update. Maybe in September. I don't know. Coming up here, we'll have an update and we'll see what it's at. There's a lot wrong with someone if they pay $1,300. I mean, I could say this. If you're like, I don't know, Bill Gates' kid, right? And Bill Gates has a massive trust fund for you of, billions of dollars. Like, dude, you pick crud out of your toenails with $1,300. $1,300 to you is like a penny found on the street to somebody else. So, like, I could be like, oh yeah, they just literally type in Switch OLED because they couldn't get a pre-order and they're like, oh, it's $1,300, whatever, buy it now. Like, it's the richest of the rich that are just that dumb and just don't care. They're like, fuck it, it's nothing. Dude, I wipe my ass with a mill. Who cares about $1,300, right? Like, it's just, there's going to be the rich of the rich that just don't give a shit. So some kid of a rich parent that's just, I don't give a fuck. I got so much money, who gives a shit? Amazon shipped your copy. Yeah, well, Amazon tries to get it to you. They try. They often fail. They try to get it to you the day of release. So they'll ship it like the day before or 2 days before to try to get it to you. What happens sometimes, you end up getting the copy early. Some people end up, like, they order from Amazon. It'll arrive like the day before sometimes. Amazon is attempting to get you your copy on the day of release. Sometimes it's later, especially on weekends. It'll like not arrive till Monday. Other times it arrives the same day. It'll sometimes arrive early. That's the joy of Amazon. It's kind of like a crapshoot. You're either going to get the game early, on time, or late. You don't know when. It depends on what warehouse they're shipping from. You don't get rich by spending dumb. You get rich by being a penny pincher. Or you get rich, as I said, my scenario, it was a hypothetical. You're one of Bill Gates' kids and you have a trust fund worth billions. Like, you got rich because your daddy was rich. You didn't get rich because you earned it, right? So in that case, it's always the trust fund kids that are like, oh, who gives a shit? They don't even think about money. They spend money like it's fucking nothing. Like it's a blade of grass. It's like money's not even an object to them. They don't care. They can do anything they want. They can buy yachts. They can do whatever. Money doesn't matter to them. It's nothing. Because mommy and daddy made the money. I don't have to work. By the way, I don't actually know any trust fund kids. But that's what, like, the Kardashians and all, like, they're totally, like, they don't do shit. Like, they make money. They have, like, apparel lines and all that stuff now. But when they were younger, before they had all that shit, dude, they were just spending money because they were fucking rich because of their parents. Let's see here. Isn't the OLED a Samsung OLED? So we don't know if it's a glass on the front. We haven't heard. I haven't heard anybody confirm if it's a glass on the front or if it's plastic on the front. But it was Takahashi Machizuki that said they were Samsung panels. Now, Nintendo does have a line at a Samsung factory, so it could be that. But I don't know if we know 100% for sure that they're Samsung panels. I think because of what Takahashi said, we're assuming they're Samsung panels, but we're not actually sure. If it's glass, you'll flip. Why would you flip if it's a glass front? That's why you hate spoiled rich kids. Hey, Odyssey TC just re-upped for 2 months. Thank you so much, Odyssey. I appreciate that, man. That you renewed your membership. I guess I should say. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And you renewed it at the champion rank. Thank you so much for renewing your champion membership. By the way, renewals don't count as new members. But we did get a couple new members tonight. It's pretty crazy. Can we get 8 more? If we get 8 more, we're giving away. If you hit that join button, or you click the link that Nightbot just put up, thank you, Birdman. If we get 8 more, we have a giveaway happening live right now for everyone in the chat. Live from Nintendo Prime. It's Thursday night. Later, Charles. Have a good night, man. Don't we all hate spoiled rich kids? Let's see here. I couldn't get a pre-order in because I can't drive yet. Happens. Will you be announcing the 2 copies of Skyward Sword winners on tomorrow's live stream? It'll be announced through a community post sometime in the morning. Sometime in the morning. Only the spoiled rich kids that don't invite you to their parties. I literally have. I know some spoiled. I wouldn't say they're rich. Well off kids. Let's see here. Whoa! Whoa! Nintendo Prime. Hold up. Nintendo Prime? Do I need to come to your private island and wash your mouth out with soap? Don't you take that tone with me, young man. God, what is Nintendo Prime? I mean, whatever. It's just some... Maybe he's trying to get me to finish this. There's so much of this. This is a huge one. This is, how many ounces, or... Does it even say? This is... I don't know. It actually doesn't say. Whatever. It's a big can. At least I can't find the ounces listed. Red's Wicked Apple. Later, Charles. Have a good night, man. Nintendo Prime. How dare you? Well, what's that line? Like, I drive like a 95 Honda. How dare you? From, God. What movie is that? Employee of the Month, right? Employee of the Month. But, God. I thought it was a Honda, but I can't remember what year it was. I drive a 95 Honda. How dare you? Or something like that. God. Or maybe it's not a Honda. I don't know. You guys know the line I'm talking about, right? How dare you, Employee of the Month? Hold on, I'm looking that up now. Oh, an 81 Honda. This is an 81 Honda. How dare you? 81 Honda. How dare you? God, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I got a red blue Switch OLED today by going into GameStop. I had kind of wanted the black white one, but it was unavailable, and I figured it would get dirty over time. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So the neon red blue is obviously classic. That's OG Switch. We'll see. We'll have to see. I got the white one. It was the only one available at my GameStop. They didn't have the other one. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it holds up over time. Because it's going to become my primary Switch. We'll see. You know, I'm going to try to keep it clean, but I got kids, so I mean, I'll wake up 2 days later and the Joy-Cons will be red. What the hell happened? I was bleeding and just kept playing your Switch and... Honey, where's the bleach? Just bleach that shit. All right, any other questions I missed? I'm just scrolling up here. I think I got to all the questions. I think I'm keeping up. I'm keeping up with questions tonight. I found a Zelda flip cover that's Japan only. Should you get it? I don't know. Do you like it? I can't tell you what to spend your money on. It's a flip cover. Like, You must like flip covers, I assume. I don't know. How much is it? Do you have the money? Can you afford it? What's it going to cost to import? I have no idea. Magic Eraser. So Magic Eraser works sometimes. Like the Arm & Hammer, isn't it? Like the Magic Eraser. It works on some things. It doesn't work as well as you like it to. Like in the commercials, they obviously, oh yeah, one wipe and clean. Nah, you gotta scrub that shit. But it does work. It gets crayon off walls and other stuff, marker. It does a pretty good job on a lot of things. They just don't like you have to buy like a lot of them because like one of those Magic Eraser sponges really doesn't last. It might not even get the whole job done. Shithead. What? Honey, why? Who's him?
Sir, put down the pumpkin. I repeat, put down the pumpkin.
They left. Did you call, honey? Did you call the police? Yulia, I thought we got rid of that damn pumpkin. We did. You know how it got resurrected? I mean, as it's bleeding everywhere. It's got a hole here. It's got a hole out its ass. Dude, this pumpkin's bleeding everywhere. You know why it got taken out of retirement, honey? During E3, Eric left. Remember when Eric left, honey? He left in the middle of day one of E3. So Mr. Pumpkin stepped in to replace him. That's why Mr. Pumpkin, he's been down here ever since. Now, you say, I might need to just get rid of the pumpkin. I mean, if he's the reason the Popo are showing up, clearly he needs to go away. But, the thing is, people have told me, do not get rid of Mr. Pumpkin. Raise your hand in the chat. Who wants to win Mr. Pumpkin? I've been told by some of our people, do not throw him out. They want to win him. Holes and all. They want to win Mr. Pumpkin. Mr. Pumpkin has a long 2-year story at this channel. Some people want a piece of Nintendo Prime history. Birdman wants him. Justin Basil said the pumpkin stays. I mean, there's a storyline going on with Mr. Pumpkin. It's been going on for 2 years. Timothy Lay wants it. The pumpkin stays with you. Now, I could take this over the neighbor. We have a neighbor who's really good at sewing. She could patch up these holes, no problem. It would be nothing. So I could just get Mr. Pumpkin fixed up. Then he'd be fine. Then he'd stop leaking everywhere. I mean, he's still, a little deflated right now. He's missing some insides there, but I mean, he's still here. He's double chinning it a little bit. He's got a little double chin action. But he's still around. He's still staring me down. That pumpkin stage, just sew him back up. The more holes, the better. Well, honey, I better trash my office even worse, so you don't want to come in here. Keep that mold on them too. Mold. Oh, up here, this isn't mold. This is like I'm not even sure. It's not mold though. It's like a sticky something. That's not mold. Mr. Pumpkin. Let him keep him. Come on. Come on. Dude, Mr. Pumpkin's a fan favorite. Honey, you can't make me get rid of a fan favorite. Mr. Pumpkin's a fan favorite, honey. Come on. Come on. Don't make me be lonely in here. You know I'm in here by myself.
No! No. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Don't you do that again. We're not about to make love. He's falling apart. Let him go. The Birdman, come on. Come on. Yes, I've heard of the Steam Deck. We talked about it earlier in the stream. It's literally, I mean, it's not in the title, I guess. Valve's attempt. Yeah, it's mentioned in the title. Yeah, Yulia is going to, she tried getting rid of him once. He came back. She's going to try to get rid of him again, and I don't know if I'll be able to resurrect him again. When she gets him again, I'm not sure Mr. Pumpkin's coming back. You've been a classic. I don't have, though here's the problem. I have other stuffed animals, by the way. I don't have anything, this thing's huge. Mr. Pumpkin's like the size of my kid. He's huge. I don't have any other ones that are this big. I kind of wish I had like a whole army and they could like come in on different streams and stuff, right? Mr. Pumpkin is just going to haunt her dreams. She's going to legitimately like throw it in the fire pit and try to light it on fire. And it's just going to stare into her soul and never light. The fire will just burn around it. Get a mini Link plush. I have one, but he's tiny. When I put him in the chair, you can't see him. He's happy to see you, I think. Better poke one of his holes. You like that? Huh? Whoa, okay. Oh, yeah, no. No, turn away. No. No, he enjoyed that too much. He was... We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Do I run? Oh, but I'm a... I mean, Pro Control is great. Entering the stream at the moment, I can see I've made a terrible decision. I'm sorry, Joke Hater. I hope I don't scare you away. I don't intend to scare people away. It happens. I don't try to be scary. We just have fun. We just have a good time. There's some Review Tech USA stuff that you just did. I mean, I haven't taken off my shirt, showed my man tits, and licked a cucumber. So we're not quite, you know, while having the cock come on screen. We're not quite at Review Tech USA levels. Don't give me that kind of credit. I don't have that kind of confidence. Review Tech USA is a crazy guy. Oh, $50, I'll take my shirt off. And I'll lick a cucumber. Like, might be another reason he's keeping them. Oh my god. What's long, green, and smells like Miss Pig? Oh my god. What's happening to this live stream right now? What is happening? Why does this happen like every live stream? Yulia shows up and everything just... What does Yulia bring out in you folks? What effect? Okay, I love my fiance, but everything, whether she's here in person or here in the chat, everything just takes a turn. Every time. Without fail. We were having a nice, friendly stream. Yulia shows up, and now we're entering NC-17 territory. I just fingered a pumpkin. Think about what just happened. I just fingered a pumpkin, and I'm not even drunk. Why? Because Yulia showed up. What happens? I love you, honey, but every time. This goes from a nice PG-13 stream. It's probably still PG-13, I suppose. You wouldn't say NC-17. There's no nudity. No, but you put okay, honey, you didn't make me finger the pumpkin, but you put the thought in my mind. The thought would have never even came to my mind. How long has Mr. Pumpkin had holes in him, and I have not fingered a single one until tonight? Sounds so wrong. I fingered Mr. Pumpkin tonight. God damn it. Strike up another one. Family friendly, please. My channel is not considered family friendly. Just to be honest. This isn't a family-friendly channel. I want that to be clear. We do not intend to be family-friendly. I'm dying. Oh yeah, gotta have that pumpkin spice. What the? I do like pumpkin spice. Pumpkin is a flavor I really enjoy. Pumpkin pie. Put some whipped cream on that shit. Oh my god. Not you. Ideas floating around here. God, my phone's almost dead. She's my pumpkin pie.
Oh, pumpkin pie. Oh, Yulia, you're my pumpkin pie. How much I love to eat you. Oh, pumpkin pie. Oh, pumpkin pie.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right there. That was a really weird song. I love how you feel comfortable to act the way you want, or at least that's what it feels like you're presenting. So Capra K, Yulia can attest. I have all the confidence in myself. Now, there's things I don't like, right? I've put on more weight over the last few months than I would like. There's a reason for that. I'm not proud of that reason. I shouldn't have cared, but also I cared a little too much. But whatever. The bottom line is, I'm pretty confident in me as a person. I like me. I'm a cool guy. I think I'm halfway decent looking. I think that I got a face that kills. I feel like I have a lot to offer the world and anybody who enters my world. I'm friendly. I'm kind. I guess the same thing there. I'll stand up for the people who won't stand up for themselves. I love to dance. I love pumpkin pie. I love poo-tang pie. I love any sort of pie you throw at me. I'm probably going to eat it unless it's cream cheese. Don't like cream cheese pie. But chocolate cream cheese I do. It's kind of weird. Bottom line is, I think I'm a really cool guy, and I am oozing in confidence. Now, one thing that sometimes knocks that confidence down is being a parent. I think I'm a relatively good parent, but it's all relative. So it's like, I think I'm a good parent, but then sometimes I think I'm not a good parent. I try. I try to be me. It's hard to be fully me and be a parent at the same time. Because like, there's at least a lot of myself I have to hold back as a parent, because I don't want my kids. I could be rather immature, but I'm immature when it's appropriate to be. I don't want my kids getting the sense that it's okay to just act this way all the time, because they're easily influenced. Our daughter, if I acted my full self all the time, always goofy, cocky, having fun, all this shit, she would think like that's okay to do in every situation in life, and it's not. There are times to be serious. There's a time and a place, and my children don't understand that. So if I act this way all the time around my kids, they're like, oh, I can just act that way all the time. But it's like, no, that's not okay all the time. Time and place. But they don't understand that. So like, I have to reserve a lot of myself around the kids. But as Yulia knows, once the kids go to bed, Nate's out. I come out to play. Don't I, baby? He likes to eat pie, apparently. I do. Pie is good. Being a parent's complicated, dude, it is. Apple pie. Dude, apple pie, both the drink and the actual pie, both are good. One of the OLED. Yeah, dude. Liam Garati. The best place to get it's in person. There might even still be retailers around you that haven't sold out in person. Cream cheese pie? Do you mean cheesecake? Also, which do you mean? Baked cheesecake? Not that great. No baked cheesecake? I mean, I don't like either one. Don't matter. There's no book on parenting. You just have to roll with it and learn with them. Yeah, no, I do. And when I act like when I act fully like myself, which by the way, acting fully like myself includes knowing the time and place for things. They don't get it. They just don't get it. You know, it is what it is. Love my kids. Today was a rough day with the kids. Let me tell you, it was a rough one. But random idea. Instead of doing shots, eat something spicy. I've done that before. That punishes me the next day. I'll pass. I might have like a goal. Maybe tomorrow's stream I could be like, hey, if we hit like a certain threshold, like we have the $100 threshold, right? That brings out the tequila. Maybe instead for $100 threshold, it could be eat a habanero or something, right? Or like go grab one of my hot sauces I haven't tried yet and like take a swig quick. You know, something like that. I suppose I could make that like stretch goal kind of things. My daughter's 4 this year, and I'm picking up Scalped HD tomorrow. Nice. Wait, I can go and ask in person because when I did that. Oh, Liam, yeah. Nintendo's never been. No, that was a PS5 only thing. You could go in and yeah. I have a pre-order in person. I got my pre-order at GameStop. I literally went in person and got it today. You can get pre-orders in person for Switch. Switch was never online only. Ever. It's never been online only. That was only Sony and Xbox that were doing that for a while. Now it's only Sony. You can even get Xbox Series X's in person. Only Sony's doing online only crap. Do you think the Pro OLED will have Bluetooth and audio support? Okay, so no, that data mine showed that they added the ability for it, but it's not enabled. So I have no idea. Man. The blood moon comes once again. Beautiful Nate. Who has been playing Skyward Sword today other than me? Not me. Wonder if the comfort is better on the OLED. I have no idea. No cheesecake? Oh wow, blasphemy. I found that some people like regular cheesecake, while others, yeah, no. Cheesecake can go away. It's like the devil's food. It's not even good. Actually, I can't call it the devil's food because it's not good. The devil would give you the most tempting things you shouldn't eat. But I don't like it. Oh wow, great. Yeah, no problem, man. Like, yeah, Switch has always been available in person. So yeah, I got an in-person pre-order for the white version at GameStop. Later, babe. Have fun, honey. See you in a while. Hopefully work's going well for you. I'll probably talk to you in a little bit. This stream's going to be ending probably in 10 minutes. So I got I don't have as much to tidy up today, actually. I got most of the stuff picked up before the stream. So, but I do have a little bit of tidying up to do. And then I got that show to watch. I want to probably get 2 episodes of that show in tonight. What episode are you on that show, hun? If you're still here. I've been watching this show called Designated Survivor on Netflix, guys. Dude, I'm super addicted to it. I think the show's done. I think it ended in 2019. Yeah, it ended in 2019. But damn, am I addicted to the show? I'm on episode 13 right now of season 1, and there's 3 seasons. Dude, it's really good. It's really good. I don't know how I didn't discover that show sooner on Netflix. My team at work literally begs for me to make both versions. That's okay. Some people are really into cheesecake. Like I said, I don't like sauerkraut. I don't like mushrooms. I don't like anchovies. I don't like. That might be it. Like I don't like tomatoes on my sandwich. I don't hate tomatoes, but I find burgers and sandwiches better without them. Like I like ketchup. I like pasta sauce and marinara. Like I like things that have tomato in it. Salsa doesn't bother me. Like having tomato chunks don't bother me. I don't like tomatoes on my sandwiches. I think it just, even when they're crunchy ones. I also don't like ranch. ranch sauce or sour cream. I don't mind guac. I'm not a huge fan of it though. I'd rather not have it. It doesn't bother me. I'd just rather not have it. It just tastes too bland to me. It's kind of like a blah. I'd just rather just get rid of the blah. I don't want the blah. But like, I don't hate tomatoes. It's just I don't like them on my sandwiches. I just feel like it ruins the sandwich. It's either too juicy, too crunchy, or too bland. And it just isn't consistent. No thanks. Give me my lettuce, give me my onions, or a bunch of other veggies. I don't care, but I don't want tomatoes on. I mean, I could eat like a baby tomato, but like even then, like the baby tomato, it doesn't taste that good. But like when you make it into a paste, like tomato paste, like I don't know. A lot of tomato products I like, but just like a raw tomato in any form, I'm just not really a big fan of, except in like a salsa. But then is that a raw form? Because it's been, mixed with other stuff. So is it really a raw form? Because other flavors have infused it, right? So. They have a pre-order poster? No. I totally get it. Totally the same with tomatoes. Don't like them solid. Paste sauce only. Fruits and veggies in general. See, fruits and veggies don't gross me out. But yeah, tomatoes. I'm just not big into raw tomatoes in any form. Besides, again, salsa is not really raw tomato though because it's mixed with other stuff. Adds to the flavor profile. I would imagine a future patch would give you the option to enable Bluetooth support with limited Joy-Con connectivity. Yeah, I have no idea. Because, yeah, right now you can connect up to 8 Joy-Cons. I can see, like, but if you're using Bluetooth headphones, then you can only connect 4 Joy-Cons or something, right? But I have no idea. The Skyward Sword HD codes from the E3 giveaway go out tomorrow, or are they going out at there's only one Skyward Sword HD code. We only gave away 1 copy, right? I gotta check that. Maybe we gave away 2. I gotta check that document. They're not going I feel a bit bad. The E3 ones are not going out tomorrow. The E3 ones are going out in like a week. It's weird. It's just how the budget worked out. The E3 ones go out in a week. The ones won for this month go out tomorrow. I know it's weird. I do gotta let I gotta let the Amiibo winners know. The Amiibo have been delayed for me. That was an announcement today. Nintendo announced it themselves. They promised retailers all these Amiibos, and we have all these pre-orders of the Skyward Sword Loftwing Amiibo sold, and Nintendo informed everyone today, by the way, most of you aren't getting your Loftwing Amiibo. Come back in August. Maybe you'll get it then. Yikes. That was announced by Nintendo. Oh, Nintendo. So my pre-orders were affected. So it's kind of like, I have people at E3 who won those. I have pre-ordered them. Hopefully, at this point, I'm just hoping the Joy-Con show up that we gave away. Because we gave away 2 sets of Skyward Sword Joy-Con, and I'm really hoping they show up. If they don't, what am I going to tell the people that won the Skyward Sword Joy-Con if my pre-orders get canceled? Like, sorry. Sorry, have a good day. Ugh. I have to do something for them. It's dumb. The pre-orders for the Joy-Con and the Loftwing Amiibo, I'm not happy right now. I'm scared that I'm gonna find out tomorrow because they're not gonna arrive tomorrow. But I'm gonna find out my Joy-Con ones have been canceled. Oh, I'm scared because we did giveaways for them. I'm not keeping any of them. I don't have a Loftwing Amiibo coming for myself. I don't have a pair of Skyward Sword Joy-Con coming for myself. We gave them away during E3. I had pre-orders in, and I'm so worried that I'm just not even gonna get the products, even though I had pre-orders in. It's so dumb. I'm going to feel so bad for the winners when I tell them, sorry, they canceled on my pre-orders and I don't know when they're ever going to do another run of these. Ever. They might never do another run. I don't know. It might be a year. I have no idea how long it's going to take. Dude, a month since E3. Isn't that crazy? A month ago today was Nintendo's E3. It's just nuts. I wonder where my members are. Remember, we gained a ton of members during E3? So we're around renewal time. We're around renewal time. Let me look at this quick. I wonder how many members we actually have still. As we peaked at 131, yeah, we dropped a lot. Yeah, we're down to 95 members. We dropped a lot. So many members just left us after E3 ended. Yeah, we were at 131. Now we're at 95. But oh well, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? Nothing you can really do about people leaving. It is what it is. Still more members than we had before E3, so. We'll see. A lot of them are due for renewal here coming up in the next few days, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. Deadman Walking 89, you're right. Like, I'm scared because we gave away, I think, 2 Loftwing Amiibo. Oh, no, maybe it was only 1 Loftwing Amiibo. I don't know. I had to check the document. I had 2 pre-orders in for each. I had 2 pre-orders for Loftwing Amiibo, and I had 2 pre-orders for Joy-Con. And I'm scared that all 4 are going to get canceled. And I got to email those people and be like, I'm so sorry. It wasn't a fake giveaway, I swear, but they canceled my orders and I don't know when we're going to get new ones. Because I don't want to pay scalpers, right? I don't want to go buy it from a scalper. So it's like, God, I really hope they don't cancel on me. As cool as it is to get my money refunded. Oh, great, your money's refunded. I don't give a shit. I gave these away. I guess that's the risk you take in trying to give away pre-order items, though, I suppose. You know, you pre-order something, and like I have the Switch OLED pre-order. For all I know, that's going to get canceled on me. So who the hell knows? It's so hard to rely on pre-orders for shit that are oversold. How you doing, man? Looks like we're getting the real Switch Pro. You talking about the Steam device? The Steam Deck? Getting 80 copies at your local Walmart? Nice. Do you really think Nintendo will release another Pro? Do I think Nintendo could release another model of Switch? Absolutely. Will it be more powerful? I hope so, but I don't know when. You're welcome, Tierra Hughes. Yeah, I talked about it on Twitter and on the YouTube channel, and I saw a number of people. Surprisingly, I think I helped inadvertently. I think I helped like 25 people pre-order a Switch OLED today. Crazy, right? Crazy. It's like people didn't know. It's like all the people they follow on Twitter wasn't updating for them. It's weird. But we helped a number of people get Switch OLED pre-orders today. It was crazy. There's a chance you can find them in store. My GameStop said they got a bunch of boxes this morning in the back that they were going to unpack tonight in the morning. Yeah, I don't know. The Amiibo are sold out, and Nintendo themselves are the one that were like, yeah, we oversold what we produced. Sorry. Check back in August. It's like, Nintendo, really? So we'll see what happens. Maybe my pre-orders will arrive in August. Maybe they won't arrive at all. Maybe I'll get refunded. I just feel bad because they're collector's items, and I had the pre-orders locked and loaded. That's what makes me feel bad. Not for me, for the people I gave them away to. It's like I had this shit locked and loaded. This was taken care of. It's frustrating. It's more like RGT today got frustrated when he had the Switch OLED in his cart on Best Buy and couldn't get checked out. He got frustrated. Imagine having pre-orders locked in for over a month. And then, like, the day it's supposed to come, you get told, oh, by the way, you might not get your product. Have a good day. Ugh. Just like the Zelda Game & Watch. Next thing you know, they're going to tell me because we gave away a Zelda Game & Watch. Next thing you know, they're going to tell me Target. I got it at Target, I think. They're going to tell me that I'm not going to get the Zelda Game & Watch I pre-ordered too. That'll be the next thing they tell me. It'll be like, what the fuck? Winners are announced tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I mean, it's not my fault, like, but I still worry, like, I do worry about it because we have all these giveaways from E3, which I'm still taking care of, and it's like, but these are the ones that, like, you're waiting, right? You're waiting for them to come out, and it's just, it's frustrating. This is why it's hard to, I mean, maybe I just don't give away pre-order items anymore. Like, I want to give away a Switch OLED, right? And there's a chance I might get a second pre-order in, but it's like, do I give it away or do I wait until I have it on hand and then give it away? Even though I could change the shipping address and have it shipped directly to them. Like if I get an Amazon pre-order in, I know I can change the shipping address and just have it shipped directly to them. Like it would make a lot of sense. Oh, I got an Amazon pre-order in, give that pre-order away. Directly ship it to them. So it's just, I don't know. I get frustrated. I think everyone's frustrated by that situation. Anyone who's been told, oh, by the way, you're not going to get what you pre-ordered until maybe August. Really? And E3 stress is going to weigh on me until every single digital, physical item is taken care of. And that's not going to be done until the Zelda Game & Watch comes out. So, like, I'm going to have this E3 stress of the giveaways isn't even close to over for me. Isn't even close to over. So I'm just... Anyways. Just moving on. Moving on. Can't even pass 10K views for his video since E3. The Alexander 707 says, OMG, Nintendo Prime can't even pass 10K views for his videos since E3. Look how this sensationalist, overhyping fraud has fallen. He deserves it. So, little fun fact. 3 months ago, my videos were basically getting like 1,000 views. Every now and then you get 2,000 or 3,000. Right now, my videos, the actual videos, not live stream views all depend on how long you're streaming for, what the topics are, all that jazz. My standard videos, my last one earlier today got 3,000. It'll probably top out around 4 by the time I wake up. 7.3 for the one before that. 6.8. We had 2.6. Then we had 5.7. Then we had 9,000. 4.4. 3.9. 6.3. 6. 8.4. 6.9. 7.9. So, like, yeah, I'm not getting 10,000, but I'm getting like 600% more views than I was getting 3 months ago. So, yeah, we're not getting the same amount of views you get in the lead up to E3 because there's a lot of rumors and hype and all that leading into E3, just like there will be for the next Nintendo Direct. And there hasn't been as big of news, of course, but it's like my viewership is way higher than it used to be. What the fuck am I complaining about? People always look at it like, oh man, you used to get 10,000. I'm like, yeah, that was a special period of time. Where do we settle when E3 is done? We've settled where every video I upload is probably going to get at least 3,000 views. I was getting 1,000 3 months ago. So every video I upload is basically going to get 3,000. Several of them are going to double or triple that. I'm good. Just because I don't get 10,000 views a video, okay. Cool. Who cares? Who cares? I'm happy, man. Go troll somebody else. But they already marked it up $50. Will they really launch a higher tier model that's another $50? Sure. Nintendo doesn't care, as long as it'll sell. Should I buy a Skyward Sword HD digitally and play tonight, or just wait and pick up my pre-order in the morning? I mean, I'm picking up one tomorrow. I don't know. It's up to you. Can you wait? I don't know. I mean, I know it's like available to play like right now. You can't base everyone on a spike. Yeah, everything on a spike. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, yeah, Every year, by the way, the lead up to E3 plus E3 itself is always my highest viewership period. You always are doing numbers that are bigger than normal. The question is, when the dust settles and E3 is a month behind you, are you getting more views now than you were before the E3 rush? Factually, yeah. My channel's doing way the hell better now than it was 3 months ago. Cool. That's a win. That's a win. Now, the growth is kind of stagnated, and that's going to happen. But a lot of that's on me. I haven't been uploading this much. You guys know, I'm not back to my normal stream schedule, right? I haven't had a week where it's been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in forever. So I haven't had my 5 streams a week yet in a while, and I haven't been doing 2-3 videos a day like I used to. So yeah, as I get back into a schedule here after my vacation, sure, things will probably pick back up because I'm making more content. The content drives the views, drives the subscribers, drives the discovery. If I'm not making enough content, then yeah, I'm not. I've actually have barely made content since E3. Like in comparison to what I was doing before E3. So, not worried about it. We'll be fine. Everything I do make is performing outside of my expectation. Even my video today, I didn't think that video was going to get 3,000 views. I'm like, this is old news from yesterday. I'll be lucky if this breaks like 1,500. Here we are at 3,000. So it's like, dude, every video I make is like outperforming what I expected to do. So even this live stream, we've been consistently 130, 140 plus all night. We've been struggling to get over 100 live in some of my recent streams. And yet here we are. We're back up. We're back on the up and up. And as long as I keep the consistency of my streams going, the viewership's going to continue to climb. I just haven't been consistent. You know, I know how the YouTube game works. I've been doing it a long time. Well aware of how the YouTube game works. But people like to credit things to being sensational or whatever. I don't even know. Clickbaiting, I guess. So excited for next year's E3. I hope Verizon announces 6G. All right. TF Soul's like, I've been here a long time. Your live streams are so fun and you're funny too. You're absolutely amazing. Thanks. I try. All right. We're going to call that a night. Hey, we had 171 likes tonight. Cool. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I had a lot of fun tonight. I hope you had some fun too. We talked a lot about Switch OLED and the Valve thing, and we went into a fun little story on the first night that I ever got smashed. You guys are awesome. So have a good night. If you're playing Skyward Sword HD tonight, have fun, enjoy. I'll be joining you guys tomorrow night. I will start my save file tomorrow night live on stream. I know that the intro can be a little long to the game. Hopefully we get past the intro during the live stream. We'll see what happens. Have a good night, guys.